Go ahead and make a wisdom save for me.
Okie dokie. We are so back. Natural 1, baby.
Hello and welcome to Dice Friends. Brides and Berserkers is brought to you by our sponsors, Dragon Shield, makers of the player's companions that we're using in the show. And if you want to check it out for yourself, you can go to dragonshield.com and you can enter affiliate code LRRMTG5 and get 5% off your order. And if you want a game to play as well, why not check out DriveThruRPG? Our affiliate code and their link is in the description below. And of course, we couldn't do what we do without you, so thank you so much for your support, both by subscribing here, becoming a YouTube member, or heading over to our Patreon at patreon.com/loadingreadyrun and just giving us a couple bucks directly. Thank you so much, and enjoy the show.
Welcome, dearly beloved, to the last episode of Brides and Berserkers. I am your Reverend Dungeon Manager, Michelle Rapp. Here with me at my table are some beautiful, excellent people who are going to try to kick my butt. We have the ever wonderful Kathleen.
Hello.
We got Cam.
Huh?
We got Graham.
Hello.
We got Nellie.
I'm here too.
So, to recap, we were on, all of you were looking for a missing friend on the eve of a very important event in her life. Possibly maybe a wedding. And
I hope that's still the plan. I guess we'll find out.
I guess we'll find that out. So your friend Callie, Calisthenes, a very sunny, adorable, perhaps the cutest minotaur to have ever lived, had a crisis of basically a bit of a breakdown and just began a series of like finding a journey to kind of find herself maybe throughout the city of Miletus here on Theros. Because this is set a couple of years after the Omen Pass opened up, we do have some extra planar friends here with us as part of the wedding party. First is Oshin, who is from the Wooded Isle, a different plane that I made up because I just thought it was cool to have a forest that ate everybody. And her partner / fiance Oshin is from there, and they're here with their family and also with y'all trying to find her. Actually, this is a good point to kind of delve back into character introductions. So, yeah, we'll start with the people not from this plane. Kathleen, can you please introduce Chuha?
Oh, Chuha is a little rascal from Kaladesh.
Just the cutest. just a little rascal.
Just a little scamp.
They're just a scamp, and they are, as you are all aware, quite old for an Etherborn, as they love to keep reminding people in kind of sympathetic tones towards themselves. But I think they've got it worked out. I think they've got a system in place.
They certainly seem to, yeah.
Yeah, they may be talking to their warlock patron, Phoenix, god of deception, but I think it's just because they're both little scamps.
I don't know how Phoenix would feel about being referred to as a little scamp, but I like that this party does have a little Chuha as a treat.
Phoenix is a very, very big scamp.
Yes.
Yeah.
He is maybe the biggest scamp on this plane.
Hailing from Innistrad, Lyndon Grafshand is Cathar from the Sigardan Order, who was sent out into the plains after the Omen Paths opened up to learn more and report back, and has met and befriended the adventuring party and including the bridal couple. And on Theros goes by Remedies and has become recently an ordained minister of Afara because, devotion to gods on Theros stays on Theros.
Every bit helps.
And he's seen some stuff as he grew up on Innistrad and has survived to the ripe age of 35. And
he looks 54.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, he's fairly worn down, but while he's here in the beautiful glades and meadows of Theros near Miletus, he's been kind of like a dad on vacation, doing his best to just enjoy whatever casual troubles are affecting the party. Nothing really compares to the horror show of home.
Yeah, still wearing his Sigardan leathers this whole time. nary just one little button open for venting in this Mediterranean climate.
It's fine. Yeah. If overheating is the worst of my troubles, I'll count myself lucky.
Yeah, just gently steaming paladin.
Yeah. I'll hydrate whenever possible.
Little known fact, leathers are really absorbent.
There you go.
Yeah.
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 Aren't they waxed, these ones?
They're spongy.
Oh.
Oh. On that lovely note, let's head towards the home team. What's up?
Defense.
See, the fur helps me wick heat. I'm told that Graham, I'm told that fluffy animals actually that can be cooling in the hot weather. So it's totally practical that Monocles is from here. He's a giant fluffy Leonin who's I haven't mentioned it much, but a wild magic sorcerer. So, very charismatic, just so pretty, but not maybe the brightest. Empathetic, though, wants to help. Loyal.
He's a good boy.
He's a good boy.
He's a good boy. Very long boy.
Very long. Incredibly long.
Boy.
Yeah.
And not necessarily the longest boy, but definitely the beefiest boy. We've got Bophides.
Hey, Bophides, not his real name, is a wrestler, philosopher, warrior, poet. He is a devotee of Keranos. He has this big lightning bolt scar, a Lichtenberg figure scar across his chest, where Keranos either declined to or failed to kill him when he accidentally not derived. What's the word? Deduced the laws of thermodynamics during a drunken argument.
Multiple barrels were broken. Several philosophers were left homeless.
Yeah. It he doesn't remember any of it. But
just wakes up. What?
It apparently disturbed Keranos a little bit, which, sounds like not my problem, but it is.
You made it your problem.
Well, he made it my problem. We all made it my problem. I'm fine. We're fine. We're all fine here.
We're all fine. And on that note, we have been following Callie throughout her adventures in Miletus to what looks like a cult. But cults are kind of a dime a dozen on Theros, so this doesn't seem to spark much in the way of any suspicion. But this one in particular seems a little dreamy, a little, not necessarily tethered to reality or experiences. Definitely helping people deal with a lot of the trauma in their lives by very graciously removing a lot of the pain via memories. So as a result, these folks have kind of set up their own little commune. You've found many people as part of this new little group, having actually taken over the catering for the wedding at the last minute and the decor. But as it turns out, the flowers have all been helping people just sort of lose a little bit of their memory and a little bit of their recollection of certain people and events. First, you thought this was all just due to a giant hangover when you were like, why I can't remember Callie?
It's not.
Doing things.
The hangover wasn't blameless.
It's true.
Yeah, it's not a hangover.
It's not a hangover, but the flowers certainly didn't help.
No.
And by the time you make it to the grove and discover the root of all things, you finally find Callie lying on the lap of a very beautiful, very pale, star-filled woman with long, wavy black hair filled with the stars of Nyx. And she looks up at all of you and says, "Hello. How can I help you?" Also in this time, you have been struck by lightning, and also it's raining, and Oshin is here too.
Right.
Yes.
We're here for Calisthenes.
Oh, well, she's right here.
Callie, it's time to go.
Upon hearing her name, Callie looks up and looks at all of you. Her eyes are just black. Who are you?
Your friends? Your fiance?
Oh, she definitely is. It comes closer and says, "Darling, don't you remember me?" And she says, I don't remember you, but you seem very sweet. Should I know you? I just, perhaps all of you ought to maybe stay for a little bit, see what's going on. All of you look like you've been through so much.
Yeah.
So much. And
We
Leave
have.
puts a hand on Callie's shoulder and says, "That's right. Now, I know it's a bit wet, but if you'd like to sit, we can talk about whatever it is that's bothering you. Your burdens, they're meant to be shared.
Yeah, we're really tight on time. That's our main burden right now is that we need to get back to Miletus. There's a ceremony due this evening. So, Callie, if you wouldn't mind saying goodbye to your new friends and coming back and meeting your family.
But my family's here. My friends are here. I'm having so much fun. Just wow, it's raining. That's nice. Isn't that nice? She turns back to Leith, who looks down and says, "That is quite nice, my dear." I'd like all of you to make a perception check.
21.
14 plus 3 is 17.
I perceive that I'm very damp.
19.
21, right?
21.
You look at Callie and you're kind of happy to see her, also very, very concerned. You notice that the very edges of her hands are turning kind of transparent and losing color.
We've got to get back to 1955.
I extend my hand towards her and say, Callie, will you take my hand?
Why should I take your? Why don't you take my hand? That'll be so great. You can stay here with me.
Yeah.
Both of these, you know.
Oh.
You know that it's so hard out there in the world. You're so bright and brilliant, and people just don't respect you for that.
It's true, sweetie. Here. I try to I extend my hand to her.
She takes your hand. Make a strength check.
She remembered your name.
Yeah.
That's good.
Uh-oh. 16.
She got a 22.
Okay.
She pulls you down with her. You sit on the mud. You sit in the mud with her, and she says, "See, it's so nice. It's so nice." She puts a fading hand on Oshin's lap. Just be here.
What's up with her hand?
Are you talking to Leith?
No. I'm examining her hand.
You're examining her hand. Roll me Arcana or Religion.
Religion it is. 13.
You're not entirely sure. It's definitely something to do with Leith, but that's the most you've gotten. Unfortunately, your disdain of the gods has led you to not fully delve into the secrets.
Right. Is this something I've seen with any of the other cultists?
No.
Okay.
I'll take a look too.
Okay.
I got an 18.
18. Yeah. Do any of you take a look at... are you looking at Leith and you're looking at Callie? Or are you looking
Mostly
at
just Callie.
Mostly just Callie. It feels like her essence is being drained.
Okay.
Like who she is as a person is being drained.
Can I make a... I was thinking the same thing, out of character, now in character. I feel like, can I make a history check about Leith?
Yes.
All right. Can I use my book to see if there's anything in
Yes, you can use your book.
there? Okay, great.
Okay.
Well, everybody else is looking at this. I get to roll all history checks with advantage, and I get a +5 on them, which
Right.
is good. So 16 plus 5 is 21.
Don't you look at Leith and she looks less like a nymph, but not like most nymphs you've met. Most nymphs you've met are like fairly lighthearted people who kind of pop out of trees and rocks and, you know, gaze wistfully into the sky as most magic art, or like they dance in grain, I guess is the other thing that they do. This one has a larger presence and is just definitely more star-filled than you've ever seen before. She's bigger, more stars, almost like she's gained more presence and power from something.
Does she seem to be, and this is an Aetherborn question, is she eating Callie in the way that Aetherborn eat people? We just absorb their essence and use it to strengthen ourselves.
You do see a similarity, but you see something that's actually, it's like an enhanced version, because she's not just taking the essence, she's also taking the body.
She's making herself more solid? That's not good.
Is anyone looking? You're looking at Leith, right?
I'm looking at Leith and being like, I think I know what kind of creature you are.
Do you want to? Does anyone want to look at like look and give me perception on Leith specifically?
Sure.
Yeah.
I rolled a 7, but I have +3, so 10.
I mean, I'm just sort of looking around, I guess. I have not been very perceptive thus far.
What I want to do is get my
Still not.
hat full of rats out.
Your hat full of rats?
Yeah, I want to.
taking-
I want to produce like a frog and a rat and a cockroach, and then this will take a second so other people can do stuff. But then once I've done that, I'm just gonna say to Callie, like, look, we got to get out of here. This place is swarming with pests. It's not safe here, actually.
Someone call OSHA. What did you get?
Me? Terrible. 10.
Oh, okay. Both of these, would you like to?
I
You're
can't-
close, so you can do this
yeah.
with advantage.
With advantage?
Yeah.
Perception?
Yeah.
20.
Because you're the closest to Callie, and also by proximity the closest to Leith. As you look at Leith and the shadows, like the Nyxborn shadows and whatnot that are a part of her being, you see someone's face appear, go, and then go back into the shadows. And then you see another one kind of go forward, looks more leonine, just go, and then retreat back into the shadows.
Are they the faces of anyone we've seen around here, or is it just kind of like... I
You
mean,
don't
there's probably
recognize
hundreds
these.
of people around here, right?
You don't recognize his faces.
Okay.
These are different people.
I turn back to Callie, and I say, do you remember you?
Do I remember me? She turns to Leith, and Leith says, "Shh, it's okay. I can remember you."
I, like...
And then you see her drain away, turning more transparent even more. It starts taking over her body. Her body begins to become more smoke-like.
I want to use my like rat move to try to persuade Callie to come with us. Is that all right? Like I'm like
yeah,
I'm
you
like
can-
trying
you
to
can
sell that
try.
it's not safe here. Yeah, I'm gonna
You
try
can
and persuade
try.
her. Okay.
With your rat and frog and cockroach.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I rolled a 6, but I'm +7. So
Okay.
13.
13.
Do the rats get to roll too?
Can you describe to me how your rats are going to persuade your brainwashed,
Well,
rapidly disappearing friend?
yeah, they're like
to break free.
they're like brushing up against her leg as they like skitter past to like try to find some shelter, and like there's like a
Okay.
cockroach like making a weird noise and then hiding behind a bush in full view of where she can see.
I'm charmed. Why don't you do this again with advantage?
Wow, incredible. I rolled a 19 this time, so I get
Okay.
a 26.
All right. What do you say to Callie as your friends skitter about?
Callie, we need to get out of here. This place isn't up to code. It's not safe here. There's pests all over the place.
She looks at you and she says, "Oh, you brought your little friends. I love our little friends."
She
Is
only
it-
remembers
Do you
us
have
when it's
more?
convenient.
Yeah. Is it obvious? Is it more obvious now that she's like becoming like just she's fading away or whatever?
Yes, she is
Cool.
fading away.
I'm gonna try to help Bofidis, who I'm sure picks up on it, to physically remove Callie from the situation,
Yeah.
since talking is not helping.
Yeah. Okay, great.
Yeah.
Awesome. Go ahead and give me a strength check with advantage.
Okay.
And
So that who's doing the strength check?
you have bigger strength, so you should help him, and that means he gets advantage.
Can I use,
right.
as a monk, can I use my dex?
Okay, describe to me how you're going to use Dex in order to.
Just
justify
the
it to me.
keto thing, leverage, use,
Okay.
yeah.
All right. Using your knowledge of how humanoid bodies and just how bodies work, center of gravity. Okay.
Yeah.
I can see that.
That would be a 19, 22.
You do manage to like pry her loose gently. Do you do so slowly or quickly?
I try to do it slowly because I think, like, when she grabbed me, that was kind of like a response, right? So I'm not going to provoke that kind of reflexive or defensive action again if I can avoid it. So I'll try to, like, I will use my martial arts to make it almost seem like it's her idea to stand up.
Okay. All right. So you do manage to lift Callie in this way. Callie stands. And Leith looks up at Callie and says, "That's all right, my child. I'll find you again. We're always going to be connected, you and I." And Callie nods and looks at you and says, "Where's Daddy? Where's other Mommy? Are they here?"
They're waiting for you.
And then she faints.
Okay. I'll help try to catch her too.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm going to need all of you to make wisdom saving throws.
Okay, you're +4.
All right.
Wait, a 10.
Oh, no. We're back, baby.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
Did you get that one?
Yep.
Oh, boy.
Oh boy. 20.
Boy. 20.
I rolled a 6, but yeah, +4.
10.
All of you except Monocles and O'Sheen.
Oh, this feels
Okay.
wrong.
For a moment, you don't quite know where you are.
Cool.
You don't know how you got here. And for each of you, you find yourself reverting to a previous version of yourself from the past.
Okay.
Both of these, you're 11.
Mm-hmm.
You're 11. You are now in this grove. You do not know how you got here. You do not know who these people are. It is
All right.
terrifying.
Yeah.
Chuha, you have just emerged from the ether. This is not what you expected.
How just emerged from the ether am I? Am I like fresh or am I a couple weeks old?
You're fresh.
Neat.
Yeah. Cool. And Lyndon, you were just fighting an Eldrazi abomination that emerged from the local butcher.
Okay.
Yeah. You were in the middle of fighting them and now you're not.
Okay.
This is about 5 years ago.
Right.
Yes. And so everyone is pretty discombobulated. And O'Sheen turns to you, Monocles, and says, "Well, is everything? You know what? I think it's time to wolf out.
I don't know how to do that.
No, I'm gonna wolf out.
Oh, that's a much better idea.
Also,
Not
do
the
you
wolves again.
Do you want a bobby pin? Your hair is just, yeah.
I'll be fine.
Are you sure?
He just shakes.
Okay. All right.
Water flying everywhere.
All right, let's do this. And so O'Sheen's gonna look at Leith and say, "I really don't know what the hell you're doing, woman. But as far as I will draw breath, you, by force and faith, will meet your end this day for harming those I love." And Leith says, "Oh, you're so angry. That seems so painful. Let me help you with that." And she just begins to go bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. And everybody roll initiative.
Natural 20.
Did you get a 20 for initiative?
That's good.
We're
That's a
yin
good
and, we're
thing.
yin and yang over
Yeah,
here.
no.
Oh, no.
No. I rolled a 12.
Oh, no, I rolled
Yeah,
a 1.
I just looked at
I rolled a 9.
Okay,
Yeah.
what's can I get everyone's initiative one by one? Cam.
12.
Graham.
2.
Oh boy.
I'm distracted by shaking the water off. I don't see her growing. I'm just
Nelly.
like,
9. I think we might have killed them all.
Where'd he go? So many tentacles. All of them gone.
8. Oh my god. Do you guys know what fabric is? It feels amazing.
So basically, the grove begins to grow darker and darker and darker. As Leith stands up, you see the stars of Nyx just emerge, kind of like ink in a glass, flowing ever outwards, becoming darker and darker and darker. It's you and you. Wait, you two are the closest.
Sure.
How far away are you both from Leith?
Well, we're touching Callie. Like,
Yeah.
with the three of us just like.
The three of you
picked
are touching
Callie
Callie
up.
up.
yeah.
Yeah.
I'm
far?
sort of in the back.
Okay. You suddenly cannot see your friends.
Oh.
Actually, you don't know that you're friends. You just haven't, the three people in front of you with like the cow person who you're like, oh, that seems cool. And also this starry lady, they disappear into almost like a dome of darkness. Do any of you have dark vision?
I do.
I do not.
I don't.
Okay. Calistheny is going to make a saving throw. I'm going to roll in the box like a grown-up. She's not doing too hot. Leith is going to, she sees all of you perfectly. And I'm going to need the three of you to make a DC 15 intelligence saving throw.
That'd be a 20, actually.
Okay.
Monocles is nice, but he's about as
Okay.
sharp as a sack of wet mice.
Okay,
So-
great. Awesome. And you?
I rolled a 1.
Okay, great. So you're going to be taking 4d8 plus 4 psychic damage.
Oh.
Okay, that's some high numbers there.
Uh-oh.
Okay, 20 psychic damage, and you're going to be stunned for 1 minute.
Okay.
Okie dokie.
So she looks at both of you, she looks at all of you, and you're immediately filled with this sense of actually pure bliss. You're taken to one of the happiest moments in your life. What was that? What would that be for each of you?
Getting to come meet the other Cathars after I was like, accepted and had passed all of the horrible hazing rituals.
Fun. Yep. Monocles?
I mean, I assume for Monocles it was just a day where all of his friends were happy and everything seemed fine, and he'd spent the whole time curled up in a sunbeam.
Yesterday?
Yeah.
Yeah. You were eating that
Most
charcuterie?
days.
Yeah.
You're just
Yeah.
eating that charcuterie again.
Yeah, flashback to having some meat.
Such simple,
Yeah.
simple, lovely joys.
Monocles is happy when his friends are happy.
Okay, so what happens? Oshin turns into a dire. Well, Oshin looks at you because you're both like further back. All right, I need you to stay here, Stefan, and the Dark Lady. I need you to do a stab. You're very good at the stab.
I'm good at stabbing.
You're very good at stabbing.
Oh, that sounds fun.
All right. I'm gonna go turn into a wolf and bite her now.
That
all right?
also sounds fun.
Okay.
Can I come with you?
No, stay here.
But how can I do a stab if I stay here?
All right. At this point, I think Oshin's just like, oh God, we need to like make sure that you're okay. And I think at this point they didn't get too close. They're further away than 15 feet. So they turn into a dire wolf, this giant wolf that's covered in like moss. There's also kind of leaves, magical looking leaves that are strewn amidst the big shaggy gray locks of fur. You see like a glimmering oak, a shining maple. And as they shake off the after effects, their wheelchair immediately just kind of like becomes part of this creature because it's magic. They rise up, kind of shake themselves off, and dive into the sphere of darkness. It's difficult to see on the outside, Chuha, what's going on, but you do hear like a ah, and then a snarl.
I can see in darkness as if it were dim light.
Okay, you see this giant wolf go in and just barrel past, just with carefully to not knock you prone, but like does its best to kind of leap upon the smoky lady and just bite at one of her arms.
Wow.
Yeah.
Whoa, hardcore. All right. Shing. Ooh, I got a sword. Great. It's a rapier. I'm young.
Excellent.
Awesome.
Got a pokey stick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, Bofides.
Okay, so I'm 11 years old.
You're
I
11
am
years old.
surrounded. I am immersed in darkness.
Actually, can I get you to make an intelligence saving throw real quick to see if you can snap out of this?
You got +4.
That would be an 18, 19, and a 23 with the +4.
You are back to being fully grown Bofides again.
Wow.
Okay, that was
That was a jarring few seconds.
didn't much care for that. But I am like in
You are in the
darkness.
You are
Am
in
I
darkness.
still crackling with lightning?
You are still crackling with lightning, but it's not going to give you too much of an advantage. You have like blind fighting.
Cameron, you've got a line from a famous YouTube skit you can drop now, or it was like an MP3. But what are you attacking?
I attack the darkness. I attack the darkness.
Shout
Okay.
out to the Dead Alewives.
Thank
Yeah.
you, Dead Alewives. That's who it
Yeah,
was.
that,
and it was
that
just,
sketch is now 40 years old.
oh my god. Okay,
I have no idea.
thought it was newer, but okay.
No,
You're probably
it's
right.
from like the early 2000s, isn't
yeah,
it?
yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Let's Yeah, let's get in there.
Fisticuffs ahoy.
Exactly. First attack with disadvantage. 17.
17 unfortunately does not hit. You feel the strand of something, and for a moment, the lightning that's immediately around your hands illuminates a face that goes,
All right. Second attack.
yep.
Nope. Even worse.
Again, you see a face in the darkness. You see stars. It's difficult. It's truly difficult. But not only that, the fact that you were 11, not just like 5 seconds ago, has definitely just like messed you up a little bit.
Yeah. No, I didn't like that.
No,
I prefer this.
no. Yes, I just imagine like 11-year-old Beaufetys just being so incredibly traumatized by life. The choices that have made you this.
Confident and happy.
All right, so Leith is going to go ahead and make an attack. That was a legendary action before. So she's going to return the favor, as it were.
Okay. AC 18.
All right. That's a hit. That's a miss. So that's 15 slashing damage. Out of the darkness, you feel a whoosh past your ear as something whistles past. And then as you duck to avoid it and you're a little bit, you kind of maybe sense that the other one might be coming the other way. It actually feints and you get hit around the torso with another raking claw.
Okay. Not great. Not great.
Yep.
We're going to do fine, though.
Yep. That's the plan. Next is Lyndon.
Okay. I want to do my saving throw so I can act because I'm stunned. I rolled a 4. I have a constitution of 10. I got a 14. I'm going to add my bardic. I got a 1. I got a 15.
You snap out precisely at 15.
Okay, so
Suddenly, it's 5 years. That was 5 years ago. You are here now. There is no tentacly butcher in sight. Instead, it's just darkness, stars, and the sounds of people being somewhat confused. And in the case of Beaufetys, going, ow.
I'll spend one of my spell slots on Sanctuary. And
Great.
then, that way anyone who wants to hurt me will have to make a saving throw until I attack them.
Anything else?
No, I just want to try to see. I guess I will feel around. The next thing on my mind is like casting one of these light spells.
Cool. You hear whooshing. You hear wailing. You hear growling coming from Oshin's direwolf.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You feel a familiar furry presence.
Okay, great. All right, I'm just trying to get my
Not
bearings.
that familiar furry presence. A different familiar furry presence.
Perfect. Okay.
Amazing. Next is Chuha. Chuha, would you like to roll an intelligence?
Chuha was told to stab, and that sounds like fun. I think I'm just going to go in there. I'm going to try to stab that big thing because I can see her.
All right,
There's
cool.
somebody within close combat of her, isn't there, right?
Yeah.
Chuha doesn't know
Stabby.
any better to snap out of this.
Okay.
Well, luckily, Etherborn show up.
We're ready to go.
Yeah, they got to be.
Yeah. I'm going to find out some great things about myself that I already knew. So I have a...
You don't say.
does a 16 hit?
Unfortunately not.
Well, I'm in there, and I was like, whoosh.
You do meet a lot of interesting people. And also the wolf is here.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
I'm trying to stab the thing.
Out of nowhere, you see Chuha acting a lot more sprightly than they have in months past. Just emerge and attempt to stab Leith quickly, or stab something in the dark, and you just hear, hello!
They're not pretending to be so close to death anymore.
Well, combat really perks you up.
What?
All right, Monocles.
Hey, what's up? Let me try to not be stunned anymore.
Yeah.
Going to use the bardic as well. Wait.
You get a +4.
+4. What did you need? You needed a 15?
I needed a 15.
15
All right.
with the +4. Excellent.
Yep.
And so that's my action for the turn, right?
Yes.
Gaming.
Cool. I'm going to use 2 sorcery points to cast Mage Armor on myself as a quickened spell as a bonus action.
Amazing. What does it look like?
I didn't know it had a visual component.
You could. I mean, I'm just saying, if you don't want to have a visual component, I just imagine maybe your fur gets really sparkly or
Ooh.
it puffs out a little bit more.
Oh, it's puffy. Yeah.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Despite the rain, it just sort of floofs out like
yeah.
you're underneath one of those Dyson air blades.
Well, when a cat puffs up, right? When they're like, they get
Gotta
their,
make myself look big.
Yeah, when they get their hackles up. Yeah, exactly. They get poofy.
When a cat puffs.
Because I'm using sorcery points, so I need to roll wild magic?
Yeah.
Cool. What's my threshold currently?
4.
12.
All right, you're
All right.
fine.
Cool.
Now we're up to 5.
I'm sure nothing bad will happen.
What if you all turn into fish?
Hooray.
If you haven't read the wild magic table, it's
It's a trip.
It's a good time. It's a very good time.
Lyndon's already seen enough stuff.
that's true.
Let's not inflict that on him.
Yeah, for me it was Tuesday.
So with that, we're going to go ahead and go back to Calisades, who's trying to move out of things, going to the back of the top of the order. Unfortunately, she is still down. Leith is going to see if she can recharge her Mind Blast.
Hope not.
Nope.
Good.
Does not.
That hurt a lot.
It did. It did hurt a lot. And also she's going to go ahead and y'all are very close to her. So she's going to move through all of you and stand about 20 feet away from where all of you are at the moment. Oshin sees this and goes ahead and runs after her again as a direwolf bounds across the distance and leaps, trying to make another bite attack. Let's see if he succeeds.
What happens to their wheelchair when they're in animal form?
It just becomes part of the animal form, just the same as like their clothing and things like that. It's not like
Neat.
yeah, that's how wild shape works. It's not like animorphs.
More things should be like animorphs, but not this. Carry on.
Yeah, no. When I kind of like to think of it as a way to Baldur's Gate 3, like with the animation of the leaves, just kind of like, and then you're a bear.
Great.
In this case, wolf.
Cool.
And they hit, and they go ahead and deal another 11 piercing damage. For those of you who can see in the dark, so the two of you see Oshin just kind of rush through, bound past the dome of darkness, and just land upon this poor woman.
I don't feel that poorly for her.
No, and me neither.
And yeah, definitely takes a step back and growls menacingly. Bofides.
I will actually move in the same direction that I last perceived her moving in.
Okay.
But first off, I'm going to use my action to do wholeness of body
Okay.
and regrow 21 hit points.
Nice.
What does that look like?
Using the pump.
Just whatever's on hand, you just start lifting.
Yeah, no.
You pick up Chuha.
Whee!
Yeah, it's just like the beach is,
Lifting in the
that way.
dark.
I kiss my bicep and
Just
it just
going
like there's
With this much salt.
yeah. I find the damage.
Brush it from your shoulder.
Yeah, like the wound just like gone.
Are these all things you do in this moment to regain damage, or is this just one of the menu of things that you can
one of the
do?
menu of
That's
things.
the
Okay.
short routine.
Yeah,
you got to
it's-
go through
yeah, it's
all
all
those
theater.
moves.
Because otherwise you see like
called a-
Monocles, you just see both of these going.
It's called a superset.
Yep, I will use my bonus action or my move
Yeah, use your
to
movement.
pursue her.
Yeah,
Does that take me out of the Dome of Darkness?
it does.
Is there like a collapsed pavilion or anything around here?
Make a luck check for me.
Which is
Just a
Just a
D20.
D20 with no modifier.
13?
13. You see like a good baseball bat sized piece of wood on the ground. If
Yeah.
You want to use an improvised weapon.
Yep. Let's do that.
Awesome. So yeah, both of these, you reappear in the world of now. And yeah, you picked up this really cool looking stick.
Is a club.
Is a club.
The club does less damage.
You throw the stick away.
Yeah.
You look at your fist, you look at the stick, throw the stick away.
Yeah, if I could have found a longer one, like a quarterstaff sized one. if I could have pulled a parking meter out of the ground or something, that would have been handy. But
Yeah,
no,
unfortunately, there's no parking in the Grove.
alas.
Yeah.
Pedestrian walkway. That's part of the fantasy.
Yeah.
Imagine being able to walk from one part of town to the other, and it was interesting the whole time.
Is Miletus a 15-minute city?
Oh, gotta be.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Acroans, though, they hate that.
Yeah, they do. All right, Lyndon, you're up.
I want to cast light on my armor.
Your leathers
glow.
Your moist leathers begin to glow.
Great. Okay, so that's gonna last for a while.
It actually doesn't do anything.
Oh, that doesn't work. Hey. All right. Great. I still can't see. Did it just not happen, or is it like,
It will, like,
the darkness is
and then
pushing up against the light?
It just went out.
Okay.
You see a glow, and then you see like shadows over the glow, basically just making it pretty much useless.
Would I have known that this wouldn't work?
Roll me Arcana.
Okay, great. All right. I got a 13, and I have no bonus to Arcana.
You've definitely dealt with magical darkness before. Like, you've gone after vampires around Stromkirk and whatnot. So you kind of know that most magical darkness needs a slightly bigger oomph in terms of light spells.
Okay, so my character wouldn't think that this is a wise course of action, and I'm not sure what to do instead. Maybe I'm just supposed to feel around with my hands.
You could run out of the dome if you so choose.
Okay.
You can just choose a direction because you felt her leave. Like,
Okay.
the susurrations of whispers and yellings, and the stars are definitely fewer. So you get the impression she has disengaged and left the dome.
Okay. I will try to also do that.
Okay. You run out of the dome and you see her again. You see the dome behind you. All right. And she is about, let's say, about 10 feet away.
Is Monocles still in the dome?
I think Monocles is still in the dome.
I can see for what it's worth.
All right. Well, I'll try to pull out my longsword and attack my foe then.
Okay.
Okay. I rolled a 15 and a 13, and my sword is +4. So we're looking at like a 19 and an 18.
Okay. They both hit.
Or 19 and a 17. Sorry.
19 and 17. Are you going
sorry.
to add a smite on top of that?
Yeah. Let me put the branding smite on. So this is a second level, and this one requires concentration, but it'll mean that we're going to be able to see her if she turns dark again. Well, unless it doesn't work, obviously. But yeah, that's the hope, is to be able to see things for those of us who don't have dark vision.
Oh, okay. So you have a
17 and a 19.
Okay. So only one of those hits.
Okay, that's great. I will roll a d8 +1 for damage. So I got 4 damage from the normal hit, and then the branding smite will deal an additional d4, I think, to 2d6, and then it becomes visible if it's invisible, and it sheds dim light in a 5-foot radius and can't become invisible until the spell ends.
Great.
Okay, so the 2d6 are 5 more damage.
So yeah, you leap forward now that you're out. You've fought in darkness before. You live on Innistrad. You know what this is all about.
Sure.
So you run out of the darkness. You see light again glimmering, dappling amongst the leaves and the stars of Nyx. You see your target in front of you as she sort of smiles beatifically, then starts getting a little bit worried as you charge forward with your sword. And as you invoke, are you invoking like Sigarda or Afara here to empower your sword?
Oh, Afara.
Yep. So as you go forward, is there anything you say as you do this? Or is it just like, ah?
Let go of my friends.
As you shout this, your sword erupts in a blue starry fire, as you kind of recognize is like god fire on your sword. And as it slices through the air, it makes contact with Leave and leaves a sizable slice across her midsection.
Okay. That's glowing with a dim light that can be visible in 5 feet.
Yeah, she is now
Cool.
illuminated with the godfire, this blue
Okay.
glow.
Great.
Chuha.
Chuha. So Chuha can either spend their action to shake this off, but the thought's not necessarily going to occur to Chuha because there's excitement happening. So I think Chuha is probably just going to try and stab again. I don't even need to hide. I don't even need to think about hiding because it's just there's so much happening right now. It's so exciting to be freshly born into a combat situation. All right. So anyhow, I'm going to try to roll a good attack. Come on, baby. Hey, Does a 21 hit?
It does.
Ooh, okay.
I assume you move towards this person.
Yes.
I assume you move out towards Leith.
Yeah, absolutely. So this is going to be quite a bit of damage because people are attacking Leith, right?
Yes.
Okay, so that's 5 plus 6 plus 10 plus 12. 17 damage. Pachow! Twist.
Describe to me how you go about all of this.
Oh, well, I see that there's a lot of action happening, and, I don't really know what's going on, but I just feel that I have to get in while the getting is good. I have an instinctual desire to experience all things, and it looks like other people are experiencing stabbing, and that they look like they're having a great time. And you know what? That looks pretty fun and cool. So I'm going to get in there, and I'm going to leap gracefully through the air and try to land on this lady's shoulder and just dig my rapier into the side of her neck and give it a twist.
All right, roll me Arcana.
That was almost an 18, but then it landed on 4. 7.
Okay.
Almost could have gotten something there.
Yeah. You do this. It is so much fun.
Whee!
This is so much fun.
Hello! I say to Lyndon from on top of this lady's shoulder.
You look up. Chuha's weird. Chuha's acting real weird today.
Nice one, Chuha.
That's my name? Great!
Stay weird.
Keep Chuha weird.
Yeah,
Yep.
exactly.
Monocles.
Can I ask,
Yeah.
are there any, I assume because there's a grove or whatever, are there any bees nearby?
Give me a perception check.
There would have to be so many bees.
I would think 19, 20.
Although it did
20.
just rain.
It's dim. You have dark vision, right? So
Yeah.
you can still see.
Oh, yeah.
So you look around, you look at the various trees and whatnot. It would make sense for a beehive to be around here somewhere.
Great. I'd like to locate the closest bee,
Okay.
This is cat mayhem.
Just
and I'm using my staff, which is a staff of swarming insects, and I'd like to expend the charges to cast Giant Insect on that bee.
okay. Describe to me how you charm and coax this bee. So you look around, you see a bee just kind of hanging out on like just a little white flower.
If I may, the spell description says up to 5. It says wasps, but then further down it's like the GM could say, it could be bees. Like whatever. I figured bees made more sense because they'd be around all the, the pollinators, and also wasps are just a-holes.
They're meat bees.
So yeah, however many of up to 5 bees you think I can.
Okay, do you want one big bee or do you want 5 little bees?
I like one big bee.
You want one big bee. You see a big bumblebee.
Oh yeah.
Just big, round, fuzzy little butt, just like bumbling around on Lily.
Which they can sting you more than once, despite.
Honeybees, not going to be great here. Bumblebees. So what do you do to like convince this bumblebee to come out and hang out with you and get real big?
I mean, I don't know if it's a convincing thing. I'm casting a spell on it.
Okay, you cast a spell. What does it look like as you see this little bumblebee over there?
I just eyes with the bee.
The bee turns around. It just looks at you as you start doing that. It's like,
using my staff, and I'm just like.
and as you do,
Warp.
every revolution you do, just like it's like you're turning a crank. The bee just gets bigger and bigger and bigger.
Yeah.
Do you have dire bee stats or giant insect stats?
The GM resolves their actions and movement. I've given you a gift of annoyance here.
No, it's fine. Okay, I have here the stats for a giant wasp, so I'll go ahead and roll initiative for them.
Great.
And yeah, you have a giant bee. Would you like to name your bee friend?
Oh,
Big B.
Big bee.
Bees good.
Beezus.
bees. You gotta say it like that.
Yeah. Oh, Beezus.
Yeah, exactly.
Wait, I mean, is it Beezus or Beezus?
Like that. Yeah.
Like it's almost Italian. It's like
Yeah.
a Beezus.
Bees.
Wonderful. We love this for them.
Save me, Beezus.
Would you like to walk outside of the dome or hang out in there?
Yeah, I can. I don't need to. I mean, Leith isn't in here, so I don't need to be in here.
Okay. I mean, you
So.
want if you can, you want to be. You're a free lean-in. I'm not going to make you do anything like that. So
No, I mean,
you
I
casually
guess I don't.
stroll outside of the
I
dome.
guess I don't need to move right now. I could move and attack next turn.
Do you want to be closer to Leith, or do you want to stay where you are?
I don't really want to see that closely. Do I get the
It's fine.
impression that
Maybe you want to back up?
Yeah, do I get the impression that being in this bubble is inherently bad? I took a real whooping to the brain with that first attack.
So
I don't think I don't think I like being in here.
well, non-magical light can't illuminate it. And it also snuffs out any like lower level light efforts.
Yeah, no, I'm getting out of here. This place sucks.
Okay, yeah. You casually stroll out of the dome to witness in color all of the mayhem happening.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And now I have a big bee.
Your big bee friend just kind of curls up next to you and is like, you just get the impression it's saying, hey.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
it's gonna, it'll act and attack on my turn. I want it to attack Leith. It will keep doing its thing until 10 minutes, 0 hit points, or I tell it to go away.
Okay, in that case, we're going to head to the top. I'm going to roll to see if Leith gets her Mind Blast back. Fun times.
No. Mind Blast hurts so much.
It does. All right, so
Technically, it can't kill me in one hit this turn.
Nice.
with that, let's go ahead and check out what Leith can do with her magicalness.
Oh, real quick.
Hmm?
Because I'm casting a spell from the staff, do I need to do wild
No.
magic for that?
Nope.
Neat. Cool.
Yeah, only if it's like...
Only if it's one of my actual spells.
Yes,
Cool.
it comes from inside, not from the stick.
Nice.
She does regain it, and also she's going to look at all of you and even the person who is stabbing her in the neck and say, "Oh, can't you see that all of you are in such pain right now? You're in such pain. To live is pain. Existence is pain. Surely you would like some help."
That's so antithetical to the raison d'etre of a Aetherborn. I feel that would make Chuha very mad to hear that.
She says, "Erebos, that god of death, as it were. He doesn't understand. He never understood true death. True death means true bliss, and that means everything can be taken away from you and held in safekeeping here with me."
You're not going to keep Callie.
And with that, she's going to open her arms again, and more magical star-filled smoke emerges. Not darkness, just smoke. And so she's going to look at you, actually.
Oh no, she's looking up at me.
She looks up at you, and
Makes
I need
sense. You are
you-
physically interacting with her.
I'm standing on her and
Yeah.
stabbing her. I did a good job.
You did a very good job. This is your fault. You only yourself to blame for this.
Yeah, that's fine.
Please roll me a wisdom saving throw.
Nope. +4? 12.
Everything that she says somehow makes sense to you. You know, you've just got
Can I
here.
use my bardic inspiration?
Yeah, go for Bart. Yeah, you can use Bardic.
I do not want to fail this say 5. So that means I'm a 17.
All right, fog surrounds you, and as you reflect on what she's saying, things kind of make sense. I mean, to live is to feel pain. You see, these cool people around you. There's also a wolf and like a big bee showed up. That's very cool. Mm-hmm. But you can also see that they're hurt. They're taking damage. That's not fun. It would be nice if you didn't have to worry about something like that. What if you get hurt? And then you think about it a little bit more and you realize, no, that's just kind of part of what it is to live. And to live is to feel, and to feel is to celebrate. And you want to be a celebration.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
this is all bollocks,
It all
really.
sounds very appealing until I realize that she's talking about not feeling anything, and that's... What's the point of being alive if I can't be surrounded by luxurious fabrics, jewels, and attractive people?
And it's going to take some effort to get that, and you're willing to pay it.
I'll do
Aw.
anything it takes to live a good life.
They think we're attractive.
All right, with that, we're going to go ahead and check on Callisthenes. Callisthenes stands up.
Nice.
This could be very good or very bad.
Yeah.
Who has dark vision?
I do.
You have dark vision. You have dark vision.
Oh, because she's still in the bubble.
She's still in the bubble. Make a perception check for me.
12?
10.
It's hard to tell what color her eyes are.
Makes sense.
Oh, goody.
Leith is going to go ahead and take a legendary action, her second legendary action, and just go ahead and move away again.
Do I fall off her or do I go with her?
You fall off her. She kind of incorporates just a moment to just go past and heads over to this part of the grove, this part of the little clearing that all of you are in. Oshin is going to go ahead and he looks at you, Lyndon, and you get this look. He looks at you and you recognize his look as, should I stay like this, or do you need me to not be a wolf?
Right. No, this is good. Let's keep going. Yeah.
Arr. So he goes and chases her again. Big doggo. So yeah, unfortunately he does miss that time. And we're going to move over to Beaufet's.
Okay, well, we're in a groove, so I'm going to use my boots, my Nikes, to like fly up to the, top rope, as it were, of the top of the grove, and just like come down.
You get to like pump up the shoes as a bonus action.
Do you pump up the shoes? Have you been pumping up your shoes the whole time?
These are Reebok. Those are Reeboks.
I know. I know.
I'm going to flurry of blows here. I'm going to spend a key point. To get
Consult
2
with the
extra
pump.
attacks. So, first 2 attacks. 21 hits,
Yep.
right?
Yep.
I'm looking for 17.
18.
18? Okay. So, that's one hit, and then the other 2 attacks, that will be another hit out of it. And then I also have my martial arts bonus unarmed attack, which is a 3rd hit.
Nice.
Okay, so each of these does 1d6 plus 3. 10, 13 plus 9 is 22, plus d6 thunder damage. Thanks, boss.
Nice.
1. Well,
He likes you.
Zap.
Not that much.
yeah,
Yeah.
23.
23.
That's pretty darn good,
Firm,
Cameron.
Hey, well
firm
done.
static
just-
shock.
Ha, hoo, ha, yeah. Zat.
He's helping.
Yeah, just pull away the fist.
It's
but
really just-
with a finger extended.
Or maybe it's all just like small static shocks every time your blow lands. So it's like,
Do you do like the rope-a-dope, but you're just like rubbing
Ooh,
the ground.
Yeah, exactly.
You look down and you realize your boots of flying also have like little wool socks attached to them, like those Balenciaga sneakers.
Oh, no, I just like scuff my feet briefly on like the shoulder of her robe.
She is made of ethereal smoke and people, so I don't know if that's gonna
It's
necessarily
probably
work.
It's wool like.
Okay, yeah,
Boss is made of people.
amazing. Okay, Letha's going to look at you.
Reasonable.
I'd like you to go ahead and make a wisdom saving throw.
Okay, we're back. That's a 1.
Oh gods. Okay.
That's my second 1 on a saving throw this combat.
Nice.
Okay.
Oh, I can't actually help you. I mean, I can. Yeah.
Can I borrow some d8s? Thank you.
Just tell me if it's more than 36 so I can just die.
You're a problem. No, that's all. It's cool.
Maybe lethal roll badly.
Okay.
I don't know how to read that.
I'm
Oh.
decently good at playing poker.
Also, my unarmed attacks are all magical.
Yep.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, they're all magical.
Yeah, just in case she has any kind of like damage reduction.
No, I definitely remember that. You're
Okay.
covered in lightning. It's kind of a problem.
Neat.
That's 21 psychic damage.
Okay, well, that's everything I healed.
Good healing, I
Look at you
guess.
still standing. Maybe.
It's a real slugging match over here.
She looks at you and she tries to pull at one of your most humiliating experiences, one of the most painfully humiliating experiences. What's that?
Last Friday, I was only able to pull 2 people at the bar.
So you're at the bar and there's like a really cute, who are they?
Both of these didn't really pay that much attention, which is probably related to the shame.
Yeah.
He was just like, I think I can turn this into a hat trick.
So yeah, you walk over to this like really cute elf who's clearly visiting from like Llanowar.
Yeah, completely whiffed.
Can I
He
help
fumbled
you?
the bag.
Oh god.
He fumbled the bag badly.
The elf gives you this incredibly withering look and you feel such a deep, deep sense of shame. And that sense of shame actually just takes root and begins to spread all over you. So as you make eye contact with Leith, you suddenly feel incredibly embarrassed. You feel sad. You feel like you should go crawl underneath the rock and just stay there for a while.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought we were here to play a fantasy game.
Once in grade 9, I experienced the wit of the staircase. When I ran back into the library to deliver it, they had already gone to math class.
Oh, no.
Oh, God.
It was the worst thing that ever happened to me.
All right, Lyndon, you see your friend recoil, maybe tear up a little bit.
Is Bophades like stunned again, or
No, Bophades isn't stunned.
Okay.
Bophades is just feeling real sad. But
Okay.
it's not like an attack. It's just a general state of,
right? But also damaged, right? Like that's
you
public information.
You see
right?
Bophades like clutch his head and also just look both in pain and ashamed.
I'm next to him. I'll use lay on hands this turn and restore however much Bophades needs. I have up to 35. I can heal in action.
If I'm down 30.
Yeah, take 30. Yeah, because
Thank
you're
you.
like fighting Leith, right? This boss. Okay, cool. So
Wow,
I'll
thanks.
use 30 of that. Yes.
You feel a warm, reassuring hand. You think it might have been the bartender, but no, it's your friend Lyndon.
Might have been either of the two other people, really. It helped. It was actually a good night.
You feel the hands of the other two conquests you've made together
Nice.
as they both look at you and say, "Hey, let's go."
He doesn't really think of them as conquests. We conquer together.
And you walk out
Nice.
arm in arm and have a wonderful Friday night orgy.
Yeah.
The usual.
Sigarda's grace sustains you. Lifts you up in more ways than one, maybe.
Can't sack D's nuts.
Is there anything else you'd like to do with your turn?
No, I just want to. Yeah, that's good.
Yep, you're
I'll,
still
I'll
maintaining.
move to next to Bophades and do that. I don't
Okay,
have any
cool.
other bonuses. Yeah.
Chuha, you're up.
So Chuha can't use their warlock spells right now because Chuha does not remember that they are a warlock. So that might be problematic.
Go ahead and make a perception check for me then.
Okay.
Yep.
4?
That's not great.
Yeah.
No, I don't think I remember I'm a warlock right
yeah,
now.
I don't think you remember you're a warlock. You're still just incredibly pissed off by this person, and they're like weird. They're not like, it's not quite nihilistic, but it's definitely antithetical to what you believe perspective on life.
Really, really just something really disagrees. I find it to be absolutely repugnant to the core of my being, what she has suggested, I think. So I'm quite annoyed. And so I wonder if I can use that anger to break out of whatever, like, for this angry moment of self-reflection and try to break out of the spell where I think I'm newborn Chuha.
Okay.
So come on, dice. Let's do it, please. Hey, this is a saving throw. Mm-hmm. It's 13. I don't break out of it, and
Did you use your bardic?
I've reused my bardic to resist that last thing.
And you counted your +4 from being near a paladin.
Oh no, I didn't. I break out of it. I keep forgetting I'm near you.
You break out of it. Everything comes back to you. You have a Celine Dion moment. You remember Phoenix as a part of your life, and you feel reassured, but also, oh, what an ass.
All right. Okay, that's my action.
That's
for the
your
turn.
action. Would you like to take movement or a bonus action?
I'm going to take a bonus action. I'm so angry.
So angry you nearly take a level in barbarian.
So angry, I'm gonna hide.
Okay, that's a very normal thing to do when you're very angry. Yes. You
I'm
get very serious. You do a sneak.
I'm gonna go do a sneak.
Okay.
So I'm gonna hide behind someone or something around here.
Okay. You do that.
There's a dome of darkness you can.
But she can see in the darkness.
Oh, fair
so
enough.
it
All
doesn't seem that dark to me.
Okay, right.
Okay.
I'm very puffy at the moment.
I might
but
hide
you're also a
behind
little
you.
further away.
Yeah, that's true.
But there's also a giant bee. And speaking of which, Monocles, you and Beezus are currently up next.
Excellent.
Yeah.
So actually, one quick thing.
Yep.
What sort of stuff do I know that Chuha usually can do? Like your warlock abilities, because we've fought together before.
Yeah.
What sort of stuff do you typically do that you're not doing currently?
Typically, I would mutter some words at someone, and a little like blast of evil light would come out of my fingertip. A beam of crackling energy would streak towards a creature.
Cool.
Evil is such a relative term.
I'm just gonna say, I don't know if this will help, but I'm just gonna say, like, Chuha, do the zap. Do the zappy thing.
Yeah, I'm gonna do the zappy thing. Just give me a second.
No, whatever. All right. Beezus.
Zzz,
Attack.
zzz. Like a drone. It's just so loud and so fuzzy. It's a really good companion for you. You're both very fluffy. It starts to make its way over to Leith, and I have control over this bee. Yes,
Yeah, you do the
okay.
bee stuff, and
I
then
do the
I'll do
bee
my
stuff.
actual action in a moment.
It streaks over and then aims its big old butt towards Leith. It's
Yeah.
gonna try to make a butt attack, which is to say a sting attack. It does not hit, unfortunately, and so Leith turns around and is like somewhat befuddled. You see it for a flash, a moment, just like what, and then she leans out of the way, and this big old bumblebee butt just misses her by just a centimeter.
Fair enough. Then I'm going to cast upon myself MILF's Minute Meteors.
Oh,
Or minute meteors, I think is probably what it is, but
Yeah, I
the
think it's
words are
minute.
spelled the same. So I create 6 tiny meteors in my space. They float in the air and orbit me for the spell's duration. When I cast the spell, and as a bonus action on each of my turns thereafter, I can expend 1 or 2 of the meteors to send them streaking towards a point or points I choose, and when the meteor reaches its destination, it explodes, and each creature within 5 feet of the explosion has to make a dex save, and if not, they take damage.
fun times.
Yeah.
All right, you've got a bonus action left and movement.
Cool. So, well, also, because
Yeah.
When you cast it.
I get to do the first one of those when I cast it.
And
Cool.
each time it can be 1 or 2, and you have 6. Is that right?
Or 7. I thought you said 7.
It
So it
is
says how many?
How many do you have?
6, but I am casting 8 because I'm casting it at a higher level.
Very cool.
So I have 8 little meteors, and now
It's
I
a
will
children's book.
8 little meteors.
My 8 little meteors.
I'm going to expend 2 of them immediately,
Okie dokie. Let me go ahead and make that happen.
and you take 2d6 on a failed save or half on a successful save.
Yep, she succeeds. That's not 20.
Okay, well, you take. Do you round up or down?
You round up.
Okay, cool. 3 fire damage.
Oh, boy.
Those were some bad rolls.
Yeah, so you see your meteors.
Oh wait, I shot 2 of them. Hang on. So
She passes.
that doesn't surprise me. This time though, it's 4 damage.
All right, so we're looking at 7 total.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, and I was casting a spell,
Yes.
a wildly magical spell.
Yes, please go ahead and.
I rolled a 12.
So, as we discovered, this spell also creates kind of a 5-foot an explosion that also hits people within 5 foot of the target, like 5 feet of the target. So,
Within
That would-
5 feet of where the meteor explodes.
which I assume is on Leith, and you got a couple of friends.
Oh, I didn't realize they were so close.
Do you want to try to redirect the spell so she's caught like on the edge, so that way you don't hit your friends?
I'm going to use a sorcery point to make sure I don't hurt my friends when I do that.
Okay, great.
Whoopsies.
So these meteors hurtle in, and they strike Lee like in on her chest, on her leg, and explode. But as they do explode, both of these, Lyndon, Shu, I don't think you're quite
No.
there yet. But your bee. Do you want to shield your? I guess you do shield your bee.
Yeah.
Yeah. Beezus is also shielded. You
These
see,
just whiffed right past Leith, so
you see like a multicolored shield kind of like shimmer around you, and you are protected from the meteor's effects.
thank you.
What's
Careful
up,
spell
Ophidius?
is 1 sorcery point to protect a number of creatures equal to your charisma modifier.
Oh, perfect.
Yep.
That works perfectly.
Amazing.
The modifier is 3.
Calisthenes is going to move out of the dome, and as she does so, you see that her eyes have returned to normal,
That's good.
and she looks at all of you and says, "Oh, there all of you are. Are we fighting? Oh, you, Leith. Why are we fighting Leith?
Because
Can I pop out from my hiding space?
Yes, talking is free.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because they're actually a really bad person. They said that life wasn't worth living properly. We have to kill them.
they
Oh.
took your memories away and made you forget who we were and who O'Sheen was, and it's your wedding today.
Wait, what? It's my wedding? Oh, no. Oh, no. And Lee
Yes, all your problems too, but also my problems with her.
Lee looks at Callie and says, darling, none of these things matter. What matters is you being happy and being free from all of this.
Don't listen to her lies.
Is she lying, though?
I think she's. This is a real omission of truth.
Listen to your friend.
I mean, is she lying? Is she predating on other people's vulnerability? Better question.
I assume that Callie recognizes that the wolf is not just a wolf.
Yeah. She sees her fiance and she's like, O'Sheen. And then you see her, she makes a decision and she takes her axe off of her back. She looks up at all of you and her eyes glow red. And she says, well, looks like I've got a wedding to get to.
Yeah,
and her charges forward and tries to hit Lee.
Hell yeah.
We're so back.
All right, this is normally a 6-person party, and finally we're at our full strength.
She unfortunately whiffs on her first on her attacks.
Taking a moment to get back in the groove.
She's just so angry.
Yeah.
Actually, she's going to make a reckless attack. She hits. She does 9 damage with her greater Berserker Great Axe.
Hell yeah.
Actually, that's 10 damage.
Heller yeah.
She looks at all of you and says, I'm sorry, friends. I think I had a bit of a breakdown, but we can talk about this later.
Yeah, we don't
Sounds
need to
good.
we don't need to get into it right now.
Okay, we don't. Okay, cool.
Skinny little hand pokes out from behind some rubble and then disappears again.
Okay.
Thumbs up.
The wolf, O'Sheen pads over a little bit, like leans against the Minotaur, and the Minotaur like just gives the wolf a big hug and says, I missed you. All right. We're going to move to Leith, who's going to do some stuff
No stuff.
and things.
Both of those are dangerous.
She's going to look at you, Lyndon. How does Sanctuary again? It's nothing can harm you, right?
Oh, but that's over because I attacked her.
Gotcha. Okay. I'm going to need you to make a wisdom saving throw.
Okay, great. I rolled a 19, so
You're fine.
okay.
You feel a bit of the fog, the smoke of Leith start to coalesce around you. You feel yourself maybe starting to fray at the edges, but then you remember your vow to Afar. You remember all the work you've done for Sigarda, and you kind of back into yourself and feel solid again. You feel solid again once more.
Okay.
O'Sheen's going to take this moment to do another bitey bite. They're going to hit.
Yay.
They take another 8 damage, piercing both of these.
Okay, well, it's time to, I was above her, raining blows down upon. So let's, flip off and, begin raining blows back up. I'm assuming she's kind of a large lady.
I mean, she's just kind of big, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah,
Big
floating a bit.
woman.
Let's continue delivering, some tenderization.
Tenderizing smoke, that's interesting. Okay.
I'm going to flurry of blows as well, again. And this time I'm going to remember all the things it does. Miss. 18 hits?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And then I'll use my bonus attack for martial arts. Or my bonus action to do another unarmed attack.
Mm-hmm.
Miss.
Brutal.
Okay, so I do this plus 3. Or, well, okay, so this will be magic damage. So 6 magic damage plus 2 thunder damage.
All right, that's 8.
Let's just, make it so she can't make reactions until the end of my next turn.
Okay.
Just, deliver a Charlie horse.
Yep, you managed to grab, throughout the smoke, her leg, and you just managed to, with your knowledge of how bodies work, which is pretty great, you just sort of apply pressure with your thumb in exactly the right spot. And then suddenly this intensely magical nymph just goes, ha, ha, ha. And then all of the faces that are within her and swirling around her also go, ah.
They're all making the oof face.
Pretty much. Anything else you like to do on your turn?
I don't really have a need to move. I think I'm serving as a useful function, being in base-to-base contact.
You're helping me.
Yep. I assume I'm trusting Chuha or Lyndon or Callie or occasionally Oshin to provide flanking bonuses.
Yeah.
We attack from every point of the compass.
Gotcha.
Right.
All right. So she's going to look at you, both of these. And
Yeah,
Yeah.
that happens a lot.
she's going to look at you.
Don't blame her.
Yep.
She's not going to blame you. She's just going to try to rip your face off. Actually, you know what I'm going to do?
Put the face back on.
She's going to put on a different face.
Uh-oh.
Okay.
Fascinating.
What's your relationship like with your parents?
Oh, fairly positive. We don't really see each other that much. But, they come out to, well, they at least used to, they've retired to, what's the green-white city?
Satessa?
Satessa. Yeah, they've got a really nice place there. Occasionally, Bofidis' 8 brothers will show up with their grandkids. It's fairly pleasant.
Your mom's here.
No kidding.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
your mom is here.
Hmm.
She looks at you. You see Leith, the rest of you see Leith reach out one hand and pass it over your face.
Mm-hmm.
She turns into a rather sweet older woman, middle-aged,
And we
shares a
see
lot of-
this?
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
that's weird.
yeah.
Is she still 12 feet tall?
No, she shrinks
Okay.
down.
Does she look like Bofidis?
She does. Bofidis looks like his mom quite a
Yeah,
bit, without
yeah.
the scar, obviously, but and without being so incredibly buff. But she does look like she's toned. Like she keeps herself fit. She's tight.
She's a spry 65.
Looks at you and says, "How's it going? You look so good."
Have I met your mom?
Yeah.
Have any of you met his mom?
I might have. I wouldn't have assumed that the other two would necessarily, but
But yes, she makes she transforms into your mother and looks at you and says, "Darling, why are you hitting me? This is ridiculous. We're not sparring."
that ain't your mom, buddy.
Name all 17 grandchildren, please.
And as you say that, we go to Chuha's turn. Oh no, Lyndon. I'm so sorry.
That's okay.
Lyndon.
I suspect that this isn't really Bofidis' mom, and I will attack this creature again. Okay, I rolled an 8 and a 17, but I'm +4, so I probably got 1 hit.
You got 1 hit.
Okay. I'd like to, so I've been keeping this branding smite going, but that's not necessary with just the smoke that's been coming out of them, and now they're just a regular humanoid. So I think I'll switch to a searing smite to try to deal more damage.
Okay.
3 + 3, so 6 damage, 3 from the smite. And then at the start of each of their turns until the spell ends, the target must make a Constitution save. On a failed save, it takes 1d6 fire damage. On a successful save, the spell ends. And then they can also take an action to put the flames out
When
get
do
some
they
additional.
when do they have to make the save?
on their turn.
On their turn. Okay.
So it's like this smite deals a little bit of extra damage, and then on their turn, if they fail a Constitution save, it takes some more damage.
All right. And how much damage was that total?
6.
6? Okay, great. This is why math is important, kids. D&D.
All my favorite games involve a lot of math.
Yeah. Okay. Speaking of math, sorry, I have one bonus damage as well that I didn't count from on the sword. So
So we're looking at 7?
7.
Okay.
Final answer.
Yeah, final answer. Are you sure? Is
Yes,
there anything
lock
else?
in. No phoning a friend.
Do you like take out a little like steak knife and just kind of is there anything else you'd like to do?
No, I don't want to move. I want to stay in melee range with Bofidis' mom.
You're such a bad son.
My mother never called me Bofidis.
All right. Chuha.
Chuha has their mental faculties back, and I'm hidden behind a rock, we'll say. So I could jump out and stab, but I can do, as a bonus action, I can cast Hex on this creature, so that will be one of my spells for the day.
Okay.
And so I'm going to place a curse on the creature formerly known as Leith, currently known as Bofidis' mom. And until the spell ends, I deal an extra 1d6 necrotic damage whenever I hit it, and I choose one ability when you cast the spell. The target has disadvantage on ability checks made with that chosen ability.
Okay.
I'm going to say dexterity because
Okay.
I think that will probably help us the most, question mark, looking at everybody else.
I mean, I've set them up to make a Constitution save, but then
that's true.
but that's only for like
60.
taking 1d6 fire damage, whereas on Graham's turn, maybe they'll need to make 2 dex saves, right?
And if Bophides is hitting with flurry of blows, she needs to take dex saves or be knocked prone.
Seems like there's lots
so
of
we're
reasons
looking
to
at
do
Dex.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sweep the leg.
That's what I figured, but I wanted to check in with the party.
Okay.
Okay, so that's my bonus action. And for my action, I would like to try to get her with my rapier.
You leap out from behind this rock. Why do they allow rocks in this clearing?
You're going for that sort of naturalistic kind
Narrative convenience.
It's like one of those old school rock gardens.
That's an artisanal boulder.
Hand hewn.
One requires a place to sit.
Everyone loves a free range boulder.
Right.
All right, a 15 doesn't hit though is the issue.
I have a reaction. I would like to bend luck. I'm going
Amazing.
to expend 2 sorcery points to add a d4.
Roll the d4.
4.
All right, so
It's a hit.
oh
Roll wild magic
Oh,
for
right.
me.
Right.
oh good.
17.
We're up to 7.
We're getting away with it.
So I'm going to assume that you see me go to do the big stabby move, and you see that I'm going to come up short, and so
I'm just going to...
Bezos is right there. So maybe Bezos gives you a bit of a boost.
yeah, I mean, they beat their wings, and I get a little bit of an updraft or something like that.
Just gonna bump you up a
I
little
thought
bit.
he was Bezos Christ, but now he's
Bezos.
Jeffrey Bezos.
He delivers.
He delivers.
Well, hopefully I deliver some damage.
Okay.
All right, that's 6 plus 2, 5, 11, 12. 12 damage.
Ooh, that's still pretty good.
I'm going to go for the base of the spine.
Ah, yes. Useful thing to target for a smoky presence. Yes.
Well, I mean, typically just, organic beings tend to have some weak points. The necks, the spines, the hands. They don't like it when you do the hands.
You do stab in that general direction, and it does damage
All right.
for sure.
Okay.
Yep.
Last time I got asked to make an Arcana check. Do I get asked to make an Arcana check this time while I'm
Yes, you
standing here?
do.
Oh, boy. No. It's 13. So it's the same as, I think it might be less than last time.
Yeah, I think it's about the same as last time. I'm sorry.
That's okay. One day I'll find out why. I wonder, I don't even know what number I'm trying to hit, but maybe next turn.
Yep.
I went to all the trouble of casting Hex and I didn't roll any necrotic damage.
Oh yeah, please roll your necrotic.
So it's 1d6 necrotic.
Yep.
3.
All right.
15.
Uh-huh.
Already increased my attack by 25%.
All of you pummeling her like this, she looks pretty bad at this point. All of the graceful movements you saw her make before become a little bit more choppy. In terms of like the aura, right now she's actually Bophides' mom, so there's not really that going on, but you do see that this is not the fresh, hale person that you saw before.
Cool.
Speaking of our Lord and Savior, Bezos, and also Monocles, y'all are up.
I would like Bezos to attack Mrs. Nuts.
I should have like a doubling spell, like a clone spell, and then you'll have 2, and then you'll like. Anyway, I'll stop. Yeah, we'll go ahead and have your big bumbly friend do that. It's a nat 1. All right. Is there anything you'd like to do?
I would like to use my bonus action this turn not to fire any minute meteors, but to convert spell slot into some sorcery points. Mm-hmm. But I would, as my main action, like to cast Magic Missile at 2nd level.
Nice.
So that's
The classic.
total
The
of
classic.
Reliable.
4 missiles. So that's 2. That's
6.
4, 6. That's a 3. That's 9. And that's a 4. Dang. All right. So that's a total of
13?
13,
13.
plus 4, because it's plus 1 for each thing of force damage. So that is 17
Yep.
magic missile damage.
As you're looking at your mother, suddenly a bunch of magical darts come out of nowhere and hit her face.
Not my mother. Not my mother. She never called me Boffides.
You're still shaking your head, just like, no,
No, that ain't right.
You're
No,
not my, no, stop it.
Boffides' large and well-adjusted family benefits him again.
Yep.
Cognitive and dissonance.
Okay. Oh,
Ex priori, a priori.
Simulacra and simulacrum.
There's a future in which you like are a level 20 monk and you just, when you fight, it's like you have a bajillion fists and each of them has a different name.
Boffides is the 100-handed one.
Yes.
Each one petting a cat.
Hell yeah.
All right, we're back at the top, and Calisthenics is going to go ahead and make an attack. She turns around, looks at your mother, says, yeah, that's not your mom. And make a reckless attack. Still misses on both. That's unfortunate.
She's so mad.
We're going to go ahead and move back to Leith. Leith is going to look at you both at ease and then look over at, it's been a round, right? So she has reactions back?
Until the end of my next round.
Oh, butts. Okay, great. All right. In that case, she's going to look at you, Monocles, and cast.
Sorry, it's Leith's turn.
Yep.
Yeah.
Can I get her to make that Constitution check?
Oh, yeah.
She succeeds.
Okay, so the spell ends.
Go ahead and make a wisdom save for me.
Okie dokie.
We are so back.
Natural 1, baby.
Incredible. Incredible.
Do you have any concentration spells up?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've got my minute... Wait, no, actually, the minute meteors are not a concentration spell. They just...
Is mage armor?
They just hang out. Oh, no, the minute meteors are concentration.
You still have that. It's fine. I just wanted to know what you've got.
Okay. Mage armor is not concentration. Okay. The insect is concentration. Shoot, I shouldn't be able to have Beezus and the meteors at the same time.
Oh,
Should
right.
I?
You need to choose.
Beezus lives.
Okay, sure.
So let's just say for the point, let's just say you are now charmed by Boffides' mom.
100%.
Uh-oh.
Uh-huh.
Do I still think it's Boffides' mom, though?
You do think it's Boffides'
Okay.
mom, and you're very concerned and confused as to why we are harming the mother of your friend.
Wait, why did I just hit your mom with magic missiles?
Not my mom.
What? Yeah, look at her. It is.
Mm-mm. She never calls me that.
Yep.
She never calls you mom? Wait, what? I'm so confused.
Not my name.
And she looks at you and says, that's... can you please reason with my son?
Oh, I'll try.
Yeah, just can you make him stop? I feel like we just need to have a big family conversation. So if you can just handle my son real quick, I'll go ahead and try to look at these folks.
I'll talk to him.
Thank you.
talk to him.
You're so sweet.
Lovely to see you again.
Oh, it's so great to see you. You look well.
Thank you.
Oh my
A
goodness.
little damp at the moment, but I'm feeling good.
You know, it works for you.
Thank you.
It works for you. Oshin
Your
is
mother's so sweet.
She really is. Not her.
Oshin is also not convinced by this and is going to actually I feel like I don't want to be a wolf anymore.
But inside you, there are two of them.
There are two.
That's right, yeah.
So as a bonus action, they are going to drop out of wolf because they see that Callie is back, and they're going to look at Callie and say, "Thank you so much for remembering us. I love you." And Callie looks at them and says, "I love you too." And he turns around and how are people doing?
Me?
Yeah.
I haven't been hit.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
I'm doing great.
Okay.
I took more than half my HP in one psychic spike.
Me too.
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
Wasn't great.
Yeah.
would you rather have advantage on attacks, or would you rather get like souped back up?
I would like advantage.
Let's take advantage on attacks.
Yeah.
All right. They cast Fairy Fire on Lee. Then you see Boffides' mother, Mrs. D's.
This is nuts.
Mrs. Nuts.
Mrs.
Yeah.
Nuts. I'm sorry.
Fine,
I'm
yeah.
sorry, Mrs. Nuts.
I'm sure your actual mother has a proper name, but this entity is Mrs. Nuts.
Pleiades, I don't know.
Yeah.
Mrs. Nuts is surrounded by a nice faint glow, as if she's being illuminated by sunlight. So now you all have advantage as long as you can see her. Okay. And that is O'Sheen's turn.
Why do you light Bofidis' mom on fire?
She's not his mother.
Well, she patently is. Look at her.
No, she's not. Stop it. Monocles, I know you're not like the sharpest knife in the drawer, but this is just a little... you know what? We'll snap you out of it later.
I've never even met his mother, and I know this ain't it.
Chuha, we do love you.
I am RPing the hell out of this one.
Tell me that again.
When the fight's over. Okay, Lyndon, you're up.
Yeah, I desire to continue hitting this thing. So I have advantage?
Yes,
Okay.
as long as you can see her.
Okay, so...
And you can.
All right, I'll roll for my attacks separately then. So the first attack, I'll take a 19.
Yeah.
Hits, and then the second attack... I can take a 4 or a 2, and I have...
Hey, you hit her once.
I
That's
have
great.
+4, but yeah, that's fine. Okay, so I'm going to deal a d8 of magic damage, and then I'll cast another one of these Searing Smites, but I'll use a second level spot because I have it. And so now I'll get
You keep...
2d6.
She just is on fire permanently now between you and O'Sheen. She just is generally lit up.
Yeah, but if you have
lit.
if you have a fire and you put more fire on it, it just burns
I mean, it's
more.
not really fire.
Yeah.
It's sunlight, but you know,
Right.
I get you.
All right, well, here you go. Enjoy a little bit more of Farah's Gynic light, you weird creature. It's
Oh, not bad.
9 + 4 + 1 is
15.
14, right?
14, yeah.
14.
14.
9 + 4 + 1. Oh, yeah. I'm good at math.
And that includes everything. Okay,
I
so
think that includes everything. Yeah.
All right.
Now that there's still that Constitution check. I don't know if she's really going to make it or not, but on her
she's
next
going-
turn.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
I have.
Cool. Just
technically
remind me
lit her
when
on
that comes
fire.
back up.
Will do. Yeah.
Okay, great. Yeah, you land this blow on Bofidis' mother, Mrs. Nuts, who is, in real life quite sweet. And Leith is definitely taken aback by this. She's going to take a step back and just, you see her chitin just like burned and her skin blistered and torn. And she looks at you and just says, why? And then she looks at Monocles and says, you really need to stop this. I'm just an old lady who does Pilates twice a week.
I'm trying. I know, you're in great shape.
What, she does yoga?
Monocles, that's not Mrs. Nuts.
And
First
That's
off,
it.
Pilates is an old family friend.
Thank you.
And there's nothing there.
She would never.
She would never do Pilates.
Yeah, Pilates is the yoga instructor. He's a very nice man. Friend of the family.
His husband would be devastated if he was unfaithful.
Twice a week, too. That's very regimented.
Yeah.
Don't they have other hobbies?
she keeps a very strict schedule, right? She has 8 children. Come
Yeah,
on.
Fair.
You got to keep it like, yeah. Great. Lyndon, is there anything else you'd like to do?
No, that's it for my turn.
Sweet. Chuha.
Too hot. I'm not. So has she disengaged now?
Yeah.
Okay, so she's far away from me, and I'm no longer within, like...
No, you just stabbed her.
I just stabbed her, but...
And you get advantage on attack rolls.
All right, well, I'm going to try to stab her again,
But
because...
you're not hidden this time. But
I'm
you
not
can-
hidden.
You can still just do
Is somebody
stabbies.
within 5 feet of her?
There are several people
Okay,
within
yeah,
5
so
feet
it
of you.
doesn't matter. The rogues are the best. How much damage do you want to do? A lot.
How much damage do you want to do? Yes.
All right, well, that one's not going to hit, but come on, baby, please. Oh, all right. Does a 27 hit her?
You do hit Bofidis' mother, yeah.
Okay, hell yeah.
You should be ashamed.
I'm not ashamed
Monocles
at all.
is... you're looking at all your friends.
I'm
seeing
so
this
confused.
sweet-
I'm just standing there like, what? What happened?
I'm rolling my damage, and I
Oh.
rolled 2 6s already.
Dang.
Plus 4, 5, 7. I mean, 12 plus 7 is still 18 damage.
12 plus 7 is
19
19,
19 damage. God, I'm off by 1.
Two.
My surge?
You were off by 2 there.
Oh, I can't do math. Okay, so I'm going to do 19 damage to her, and I'm going to... Is there any way that I can...
Cut to Surge pulling the big golden mask off, just like, like he's got the
Phoenix
Waluigi hat on
has
for
been
some
surged the
reason.
entire time.
Yeah.
I would really like to pass this
Where
Arcana
is he?
save. Can I do anything to entreat Because I feel like if I keep having to do Arcana saves, I have perhaps the niggling idea that there's something I could find out from this. And is there any way that I could entreat Phoenix to give me a little bit of zhuzh so I can finally figure out what I need to learn so I can tell him?
Oh, you get the feeling that you need to beg oh so prettily. Serge stands there, smiling in his bathtub.
As I'm stabbing, I'm going to sort of think, and I'm going to say, Phoenix, boss, there's something that I can find out, but I am not smart enough to do it by myself. And I think I need to find out so I can tell you, and I'm trying my best. And I'm doing a good job stabbing this person, to be honest. But I do not want to stab her too hard before I find out what I want to tell you. Please, please give me some help.
You do say please so prettily.
I do say please.
Ah, my little glimmerling. Go ahead and take advantage.
Actually, can I have one of your dice, please?
Yes. Would you like green or blue?
Blue for Phoenix. Hey! It's a 12! So that means that on my Phoenix advantage dice, I get a 12, which should bump me up over 15, which I'm going to pray from my meta-knowledge of Dungeons and Dragons is the number I'm looking for.
Okay, so you're an Aetherborn.
Yes.
You know that as one of your kin, as you along with the rest of your kin, have an interesting ability, and that is to siphon energy. You know that she's very similar in this way, although she does take up, it kind of takes in everything and everyone as opposed to just their energy. But you have a feeling that maybe you could pull that on this person.
Can I have a little nibble?
A little
As a
taste,
treat?
little snack.
Just
Little
as a treat?
As a snack?
As a snack?
As a snack?
Yeah.
Okay.
All
We've
right.
been good.
Yeah.
I'll do that on my next turn.
We should have us a little treat.
Well, a little sip.
Just a little sippy sip.
Don't worry about it. Not that this is happening, and I'm going to say, but I'm going to realize this. I'm going to be like, oh, thank you.
Wink behind a big golden mask. Surge disappears.
Surge canonically Phoenix now.
Surge is
Oh,
canonically Phoenix now.
Honestly,
He's just
though,
the nicest guy.
yeah, it would be a great face for the god of deception to wear.
Hi.
Y'all are beautiful. I'm out.
All right, Monocles, you're up. You're still charmed.
Yeah.
Beezus is hanging out. You don't have meteors anymore, though.
I don't know what to do.
She did ask you to stop both of these.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
guess I gotta try to grapple both of these.
Do you want to try grappling?
Yeah, get close to both of these.
Get close to both of these, yeah.
Yeah. Because
Or you can just.
I don't
blast
want
him.
to attack him.
But you think you want to attack him or pull him back, right?
I want to. Yeah. I'm obviously very confused, right?
Yeah.
Because like
Okay, roll me. Okay, for flavor, roll me an intelligence check. You want lowish.
11,
Okay, what's your modifier?
0.
Okay.
Oh yeah, I have
Flat?
my intelligence is also 11, and I rolled an 11.
Amazing. So you get the impression you are very confused.
Oh yeah.
But all you know is like you just need to stop both of these from attacking his mom, and like this just
Who
doesn't
I was
seem
just
okay.
attacking because I thought it was correct, but now it's definitely not, and everyone else seems to be.
Yeah.
Beezus can just chill,
Okay.
and
Beezus
I'm
is chilling.
gonna try to like restrain both of these.
Okay.
Okay, so
Make a
you're
grapple check.
well as you approach both of these during your move, you'll get within Lyndon's aura of devotion, which means you can't be charmed. Now, I don't know exactly if you're already charmed, whether that does anything, because you were further outside of it when you got hit with the charm blast or whatever. But now that you're inside of it, maybe the charm wears off, or you get another chance. In the PHB, it just says, starting at 7th level, you and friendly creatures within 10 feet of you can't be charmed while you are conscious. Well, Lyndon is conscious.
Well, it does say that if it fails to save throw, it is charmed until the spell ends or one of her companions does anything harmful to that person. So you could just like, someone could just be like, get out, just smack you.
I don't think they're paying attention to me right
I think
now.
but I think it makes sense flavor wise that within the aura, it would just drop off.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you walk closer.
So I'm
You're just
like, guess I'm gonna try and grapple my friend. Wait. Hang on. Hey, I don't think that's your mom.
I think you're right.
I'm absolutely his mother.
No, she's not.
No, though. But you're not actually.
Now that you know this, you've
You're
taken movement.
not. Yeah.
Would you like to do anything else with your turn?
Yes.
Okay.
Beezus can attack not Bofidis' mom.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Nat 1.
Cool.
Your bee is not great at this,
No.
I'm afraid.
You animated a bumblebee. It just
Yeah.
wants to brush against her. It's like going through a car wash.
Bofidis' mom, despite all the grime and everything, where they go, little parts were a little nice and clean.
But now I'm getting more sure about this, and I'm going to hit her with my stick.
Okay.
I do not do that. I mean, I try
But you
to.
have advantage.
You do
Oh,
have
yeah,
advantage because
right.
of fairy fire. Oh, as is the bee.
Did you roll 2 nat 1s?
No, I rolled a 4, and then it was like, oh, you have advantage. Oh, right, cool. Nat 1.
So actually, good news. Beezus did roll again because Beezus had advantage, and they managed to do a sting.
Woo!
So
Nice.
let's go ahead and make that happen.
Praise Beezus.
Praise.
Save us,
Welcome to
Jesus.
the Church of Beezus.
Beezus.
This cult, instead of worshiping this this nymph, they just worship this giant bee.
Can we leave the bee? Does the bee shrink, or can we leave it at this size?
She probably hopefully shrinks down. I don't think she can eat enough nectar to.
7 piercing damage.
Nice.
Go, little bee.
Good job, Beezus. Big
Well,
bee. Giant.
bee.
Literally giant.
Is a
bee.
big bee.
Mechanically giant.
Yeah, this bee's got to be
Ooh,
like
those are big numbers.
15 feet tall.
The size of a
Plus
VW.
13 poison damage. That's 20 damage.
Hell yeah.
Whoa, Beezus.
Go
It's like
Beezus.
it's like the Peter Jackson Kong film,
Oh, yeah.
where in the middle they enter the valley of the small vermin.
Right.
So they're actually going to go ahead and burn off a legendary resistance, so that 20 damage becomes 10 damage.
Fair.
But that was a really big hit. It
Yeah.
seems like when you needed Beezus most.
It was then that they carried us. Does the stinger just go dook and like just becomes flush with the top of her head?
What happens is that Beezus looks at you, and you look at this bumblebee, this giant bumblebee, and it takes it looks at you and it's like, oh, and it decides to emulate what you did, which was to attack from above. So they do elevate in a thunderous buzzing. It's like it's like a blimp taking off and then just butt down.
It's like the down pressure from a V-22 Osprey.
Incredible.
In my
Yep.
moment of doubt when I needed them most.
Beezus came.
Hopefully Beezus continues to save.
Yeah, I hope so too.
Beezus gets charmed. This groom's in a lot of trouble.
That's the extent of my stuff.
All right, Leith is going to realize that everything is going pretty badly for her, and she's going to drop to the ground and place her hand on the earth below her feet, and a sphere of smoky, star-filled energy immediately blooms forth from her. All of you need to take a Constitution saving throw.
Uh-oh.
So +4 if you're. I
Okay,
think-
that's
right.
Is everyone near me now?
Yeah.
Yep.
Probably. Yeah.
21.
16.
11.
11.
I need to roll. Can you roll for Beezus, please?
Oh yeah.
And I'll roll for Callie and O'Shane.
Beezus get the bonus from Lyndon.
Yeah.
Cool.
Friendly creatures.
16.
Okay, who got above 15 or above?
Beezus.
All Beezus.
Beezus is fine.
Beezus saves.
Beezus
is
saved.
saved.
Yeah.
Beezus saves.
All right.
Monocles, on the other hand, rolled an 11.
I'm gonna need everyone's d6s. You.
That's so many sixes.
Okay.
This could kill the Chuha.
6,
Could kill Monocles too.
I'm here for a good time.
Not for a long
Yeah.
time.
Yeah.
I'm here for a long time.
Yeah.
Well, too high isn't.
That was so many dice.
It felt really good.
Yeah, I bet.
Oh, those are some nice numbers.
She's using all our rolls.
Siphoning them out of us.
All right. So that is a 31 necrotic damage. If you did save, that's half of that. So we'll take that and save 40 necrotic damage. Oh, sorry. That's what did I just say? 31?
Half of 31
Half
is
of 31.
40.
Sorry.
16.
I
Yeah,
wasn't a math
16.
major. That's 16.
Chuha has exactly 0 HP.
Monocles falls over.
Yeah. I think 2 of us fall over.
Oh,
You
yeah.
fall over.
Oh, yeah.
Callie and Oshin are still up.
Remedies is still standing.
Okay.
Yeah, Bophades is still standing.
Does Beezus just go away?
I guess so. It says that the creature remains in its giant size for the duration.
Yep.
And I guess, yeah. So
Well, the
it's just,
question is, like, does it take... Before you see this beautiful, large, beatific bumblebee begin to shrink. And as it does so, it waves one little leg.
goes back to
And
enjoying the flowers.
It
I
goes
guess.
back to enjoying the flowers.
Great.
Those are clearly my footprints, Beezus.
It is foretold that Beezus will come back to us in our hour of need.
Yeah, you can see
Yeah.
Beezus' footprints going over to that picnic table that's covered in cigarette butts when my wife left me.
It's very obviously Beezus' footprints and not mine because they're pointy and
And there's-
scuffly,
they
and
come
there's
in six.
6 of them.
Yeah, yeah.
So, Callie is going to make a reckless attack. Okay, she hits and does 1d12 6. They're not. People are not. Leith is not doing great,
Good.
which is
But I'm not doing much great either. When do I make my first death save? Is that on my turn or is
On
it
your
when
turn.
I
On
go
your
below
turn.
0?
on your turn.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. She definitely grazes Leith and just says, "All right, next time I'll get you." Next, Leith is going to go ahead and disengage. She moves about 10, 15 feet away from the group. And that is everything that she does within that moment. Oshin is going to maintain concentration on fairy fire, and they are going to look at Chuha, and they go down. They bend down. They touch your form, and they give you cure wounds.
Oh, hooray.
Yep. You get 17 points.
Oh,
Yep.
woohoo.
Mm-hmm.
All right. I get 17 points of healing. Can I look up at Oshin and can I say, you know what's really interesting? I'll just snap out of it immediately. About being an Etherborn is that you know when you're going to die, but the first time the thought occurs to you that you could be killed much earlier than that, it's always exciting. Thank you.
Anytime. They use a bonus action to give you Bardic.
Oh.
Okay.
That's a D8. Next is Bophades.
I pursue.
Okay. And then
It's time to kick some back. She's trying to escape.
Right.
Okay, I will flurry of blows once again.
Yeah.
Maybe a flying kick,
okay.
and then just continue to
Your
kick.
feet are
I'll give him
weapons.
I'll give her the kickoken. So is she still fairy fired?
Yes.
Okay, so I get advantage on these.
Yes, you do.
Sick.
Yeah, I'll get back to you in about 15 minutes when I'm done rolling dice. First attack, that would be a 20.
Okay, that hits.
Then a 25.
Mm-hmm.
Third attack, that's a crit. And fourth attack, that would be another 25. And then I've got my martial arts attack.
Monks are wild.
Y'all just rolling 5 attacks over here?
Yeah,
You're not even a fighter.
22. I mean, I'm not doing a whole lot of damage, so that's 4 hits and a crit.
Okay, roll me some damage, friend.
The 4 regular damage, so this, that is 12 and 17 plus 12 is 29. That's for the regular damage. And then the crit is just double the regular number of dice, because rolling more dice is fun.
Mm-hmm.
6 plus 3 is 9. So I was at
38 or 29, right?
Yeah.
Plus 9?
9. Yeah, Sorry, it was 19 that I had first?
I think you had 29
29.
altogether.
29? Okay. Plus 9 is 38. And then the thunder damage.
Oh.
What did the thunder say?
4.
4.
On a D6, that's not bad.
Yeah.
43 damage.
Dear God!
Fairy fire is very good.
Yeah.
Okay.
Can you describe to us how you absolutely obliterate your mother?
Not my mother. She never called me that. Bophades is in fact offended at this entire thing.
Oedipus, on the other hand?
We don't talk about him.
Oedipus got bamboozled, unlike me, who saw clearly. He just sees, like, it's one of those moments, perfect clarity of mind, where you just see the Matrix. He sees the hitbox,
Do you...
goes for the command grapple, and just spams command grapple.
Is there any, like, maybe when you see into, like, the mists of time and decision trees, etc., it arcs forward like a lightning bolt?
Yeah, he strikes like a bolt of lightning. He leaps into the air using his boots, and then descends upon her, raining blows down upon the weaker person. Keranos' thunder also is there. It's helping. It's doing its best. It's not doing a lot, but, I appreciate the presence of the mighty Keranos, god of storms,
And creativity
and creativity.
and inspiration. Yeah.
We're 95% sure they're dead, but,
95, 97.
Also, Bophades could never land a blow upon his mother.
That's a fair point. It's all of that, body work that she does. Just
She ran that house like an agoge.
okay. So
Yeah.
you again do your jumping attack. You land on her. The blows you rain upon this person create a small crater within this grove, and Callie and O'Sheen, I mean, they certainly, I think, have maybe the most reason to want to take this person down, but the fact that they show up as your mother just feels deeply offensive to you, and that becomes evident in every single punch, every single kick, each elbow you shove into this nymph's like body. And when you're done, as the dust literally clears, you see in front of you, or beneath you, I suppose, the body of just a normal nymph, a lampad. This is from the underworld. And as she looks up and she just says, I just wanted everyone to stop being in pain. How can anyone want to live like this? Death shouldn't just be your body. It should be that's not going to stop the pain. Only this will stop the... And then she disintegrates into a bunch of smoky stars and drifts into the shadows around you in the grove. And then a bee comes in and lands on Bophades' shoulder.
Gosh, it smells so much better in this plane after you've defeated a terrible enemy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Light returns to the grove. The smell of flowers, which seemed particularly present when you were here, seems to have quieted down to a much more reasonable level.
I'm unconscious.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I'll cure like wounds too.
Meanwhile, the
That's
bee
great.
just goes over, lands right on your face.
Yeah.
The bee attempts to lay on hands. The bee does not succeed.
Bees are associated with Karametra, aren't they?
Probably.
Yeah,
Yeah.
usually, yeah.
Bumblebees.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm gonna do something funny. You get 1 hit point back. Just a little bit of honey goes past your lips. That's all you need.
Oh, that's not how Drop of Honey works. Nobody knows how Drop of Honey works.
Speak for yourselves.
As you all stand up and you look behind you, you see that Callie is sitting on the boulder that just happens to be there apparently, and is sitting like head to head, like touching her head to O'Sheen's head, not saying anything. Neither of them are saying anything, just holding hands and just being I guess you can see that they're grateful to finally be reunited after all of this time. And then Oshin, reaches out and caresses Callie's face and says, "Darling, what happened?" And Callie says, "Oshin, you knew me after I decided to set out on my own, and before then I'd done so much. Even before the invasion, I went along with my parents. I wasn't strong enough to stop from slaughtering for no reason. And I'm a murderer, Oshin. Can't you see?" And Oshin looks up at Callie and says, "Well, running away isn't going to make this right. If you really want to make it right to the people who are hurt by your actions, if you want to properly atone, you need to put the work in. And you know this. And I love you. I know that you can do this. And you won't be alone. We'll do this together." Callie looks down and big cow tears rolling down her face behind her glasses. She says, You do that for me?" Oshin looks around and says, I think we'd all do that for you."
Yeah, you don't have to do this alone, Callie. We'll be there every step of the way, too.
She wipes her eyes and says, it hurts so much. It hurts knowing that I did these things to people who didn't deserve them. I didn't know. Families are just, all of them gone. I did these with these hands. I suppose you don't want to get married now?" And Oshin says, "I never said that."
It's like the opposite of what he said. She pops up from the distance.
Of course I still want to marry you, Callie. I know who you are. I know who you can become. You inspire me to become a better person every day. Let me help you. You're so strong. We can make this happen together. We'll find those people, and we'll make it right. Okay?" And Callie sniffles and says, Okay. Pain is a part of life, darling. You know this. Because if you don't have the sour, how can you experience the sweet?
Speaking of which, we will need new caterers. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I shouldn't. This was probably a bad time.
Yes.
Callie, we're gonna need new
Sorry.
caterers. We need a new Yes, we need new caterers. Also, we're gonna need to not have flowers we're not having flowers at the wedding?
No, we can't.
We could get different flowers. Maybe I need to sit down.
There are so many nice ways to dress up a room or a venue without flowers. We got fabric. You could do candles.
Yeah.
You could hire birds.
Boffides is inspecting one of the lotuses and is like, no, it's fake.
Can I make a look aroundy check while everybody's
Perception.
Perception. I'm gonna try to, because I feel like maybe these flowers are just normal now, and also I want to see where our little friend went. I don't know if she's gone. 17.
The flowers seem normal. They smell a normal amount of normal, which is to say that it's not like overwhelming.
Right.
You don't feel high smelling these flowers.
Okay, they're just normal flowers now.
And you're looking for Leith?
Yeah, I'm just seeing if she's still around. Gone? Totally gone?
You can't see any trace of her.
Okay, good. Just making sure before we're like, the flowers might be all right.
Yeah. What?
And then you hear a piercing shriek and just done up in like armor over a flapper dress. Kiara bursts into the grove and says, "Where the hell is this woman? I'm going to spear her between the eyes," and just holds up a rapier. Oh, am I too late?
You're too late.
Oh, well, I didn't wear the right shoes anyway.
This is so cool.
Oh, you're here. How are you? You don't look very well.
No.
Oh, okay. And she goes over and gives you a healing word.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah.
I was very recently unconscious.
Oh,
Sure.
Oh, that's not great.
I can also dispense some cure light of wounds if people need it.
Yeah, you get back 12 points.
Yay.
Yay.
Yeah, you can have 5 more.
That's
for
enough
me.
to survive a wedding.
All right.
Yeah. Well, no.
How many more? Sorry.
I'll give you 5. Yeah. I'm going to take 4 for myself.
So yeah, Felix just told me he was going out to get like a new hat, and then he joined a cult, and then this cult is actually, there's a lot of people back there who are real confused. maybe we should do something about that, or maybe actually looks up at the sun. Oh, we should probably get ready for the wedding. You know, these are adults back here. They'll figure it out.
Yeah. There's
They're
enough
grown.
of them.
They're grown people.
Right.
People on Theros seem very helpful towards one another. I'm sure they'll work it out.
We could just quickly, because, Caterwall has public speaking experience. We could just briefly explain.
So, because you're very tall, she's going to request, like, basically, like, if you do a piggyback thing where she just, like, sits on your shoulders because you're very tall, and she goes in her melodious voice, says in her melodious voice, like, well, y'all were in a cult to someone who wanted to be a god, and now she's dead, so y'all should do something else with your life and your time. And I think that you might have some bad memories, but that's okay, because there are a lot of tavernas that way.
There's probably people in your life that are looking for you.
Yeah, there are probably people in your life who really love you and looking for you, and also maybe, therapists. You can come to Capenna for that. Therapy. It's a good time.
I imagine the therapists on New Capenna have long wait lists.
They do. They're trying to train more on different, planes, but people need
Someone
to
in
get
the
educated.
back is just like, who's therapy? Is that one of the muses?
What's a muse? Looks down. What's a muse?
I'll explain later.
All right. Okay. Well, y'all have fun now. And all right, we should get back to the wedding venue. So you all return to the wedding venue. You have enough time to get washed up after all of that.
Thank goodness.
Yeah, especially because it was still raining the entire time, and I completely forgot to add difficult terrain, but I figured that that's totally fine.
Squelch.
You just all squelch back. Yeah, it stops raining because Karen is like, well, my job is done. And Tuxedo masks out at Surge, not Surge. Who is, maybe Adam. Adam is Karanos. Sure. Adam just, Tuxedo masks out of there. And yeah, so what do y'all do when you get back? You see that O'Sheen's parents are still sleeping. Marianne has set part of the gazebo on fire. There's a lot, you could smell the smell of roasting, like, of food, like burnt food, and also burnt vegetation. As you get closer to the municipal, like, garden where everyone's supposed to be for the occasion, there's just a really big bonfire now. And a bunch of minotaurs are dancing around it.
As long as they're having a good time.
Yeah, okay, everyone's...
Yeah.
we're
Marianne's
partying.
holding court and just telling stories about all of the people that she killed during the Phyrexian invasion.
So the fire is under control. Like you said, part of the gazebo. Like, is there a building
It's
burning or just a
being-
bonfire?
There's just a giant bonfire.
Okay, nice.
Whether it's under control is debatable.
It's being observed.
It's being observed. People are dancing around it, which
Callie,
means
look.
it has a perimeter.
We've already got traditional, Minotaur festivities happening, and that's something to look at.
Wait, is that my family?
They've been
Oh,
missing
yeah,
you.
they showed up to look for you.
Oh.
Yeah, that's how we'll characterize that.
All right. Well,
No, I agree with you.
takes her axe down. All right. Well, I guess I'm just gonna have to talk it out with them.
Please.
And so she walks over to the fire, and sees her mother's there with her brother Marmalides, and she says, Mom, how's it going? Are you here to see me get married, or are you here to stop me from getting married? And they both look up at her, and they say, and what her mother says, you know what, Callie? I, not gonna lie, we were hoping you'd come home. You were a wonderful follower of Mogus. You carried our tradition so well, but as your friend here tells me, nods at Marianne, who's sitting on, like, a pile of broken chairs, you are doing amazing work out there. I don't think any of us could wrangle 20 preschool children the way you did for 5 months. 5 months! Yeah, for 5 months. We're proud of you. You've earned the right to make your own way. And Mom says, and besides, I don't think we could really stop. That's a very big axe. Where did you get that axe? Oh, well, there's this place called Heim. They make very good weapons. Oh,
do.
sounds fun. We should visit. You should visit. And Marmalides just stands up and walks over and hugs his sister. I missed you. I missed
Aw.
you too. I'm glad I can be here for you. I'm glad you are too. And with that, let's cut to the wedding ceremony. What does it
Yay.
look like at this point? You got a big bonfire. You do incorporate that into the
Yeah,
situation.
I mean, I think any
Sort of
it's-
have to.
Yeah, medium large revel, maybe not like the great revel, but
Yeah.
Right.
yeah,
just a decent revel. The decent revel.
yeah, the totally dece revel.
I feel like a Therosian wedding is pretty darn lit. I'd like to think Chuha's running around with their alchemy jug, making sure that no drink is empty, and also has their own, and is also vaping heavily.
Remedies is stationed, at whatever clearing around the bonfire or down some sort of makeshift
Yeah, you're here to
rows or of chairs or people standing.
Yeah. Whatever chairs are left, people are sitting on the ground now. There aren't enough
Great.
chairs.
Yeah.
There are a lot of different people here. You see like tiny, tiny folks from Segovia. You see like some other people from some elves come in, and you see a couple of Ravnican folks arrive, clearly from the Gruul, and it's just a good motley of people. It's a good celebration, and
Sounds great.
and as you stand there, you see Callie and O'Sheen ready to hear you perform the ceremony.
Right.
Would you like to cast ceremony?
Okay, sure. We'll cast ceremony. This takes a minute. And yeah, dearly beloved friends, family, interplanar travelers, we've come here today to celebrate the relationship of O'Sheen and Callisthenes. They met adventuring through the plains and have decided to commit their bond of love together here on Callisthenes' home plane of Theros. By the power vested in me by the Church of Afara, you may smooch it up.
As you say these words, a light comes back down. Light of it's pale and like silvery, and it has a little bit of that blue, like star magic at the edges that very much signify Afara. It gracefully descends over the couple, and they kiss, and they're married.
Yay.
Yay.
We did it.
Right after party. What's up with
Nice.
everyone?
Getting into silly contests of strength with Callie's family.
Yeah.
Probably falling over.
Yeah, you're definitely falling over quite a bit. Your robes I think they've maybe convinced you to take off one layer of leathers.
Sure, yeah. Absolutely.
There's
We're
still
among
like
friends
3
now.
others.
That's right.
Yeah. Fred is very drunk.
Excellent.
Yes.
Yes.
Fred found a cask of mead.
Good.
Yep.
I am thoroughly enjoying whatever food we have managed to arrange, and then trying my luck with the singer when she's not performing.
I'll try to entertain the Felix, Kira's brother.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Give you a moment. Yeah.
Yeah. Kira walks over to you just, between sets and is like, "How's it going?
Great.
I see you're feeling better. That's wonderful."
There's so much good food.
Yeah. And good company.
Even better.
So what are your plans after this?
After the party, like tonight, or like broadly speaking?
Either. Sure.
None currently.
You don't say. And she puts a paw on your arm.
I've never been to New Capenna.
Oh, honey, we're going to have quite the time.
Nice.
I look forward to bringing you home with me.
Meow.
Yeah. Wow.
Bophades.
Bophades is like, he's off in a corner. There's like 6 or 7 people around him. He's illustrating the course of one of his travels through an omen path on someone's forearm.
This Loxodon is just enamored with you.
Yeah, yeah, that'll happen.
Yeah.
I don't know. Bophades is just, he's happy. He's comfortable.
Roll a d6.
6.
Yeah, you've been very busy. Luckily, your bed is very big.
Cool.
Yep.
Nice.
Hell yeah.
And Chuha.
Chuha, after making sure everyone was really, really drunk before the ceremony started, is not anywhere around here. Not that any of their friends are going to notice because they are otherwise engaged in activities. Chuha is actually taking a one-on-one. They've gone to go chit-chat to the big man and sort of report back because they are, always on the clock.
Yes, you are.
So, I don't know. What's Phoenix's mind palace looking like right now?
Wait, you want to? His like in.
Well, not okay, but what do I see when I go say hi to Phoenix? Is he in the bath again, or
he's not in the bath again? I think he's just I think he's making coffee.
Okay.
Yeah.
Ooh, is he in his kitchen?
Yeah, he's in his kitchen. Yeah, it's
Is
nice.
it one of them like big Scandinavian dealy boobs, even though they don't have those on Theros?
It's more like just done up in like black marble. Like everything's very minimalist black marble with like gold accents.
The
marble
excellent.
has like little sparkles.
All the taps are gold and stuff.
Yep.
Does he have one of them real fancy espresso machines?
He does pour overs.
Okay, perfect. All right, well, Chuha's gonna come in and sit on the counter.
This stuff is great.
The coffee?
It's new. Yeah, the coffee.
Do they have coffee in Kaladesh? I think they do. Yeah. They do? Yeah. There's several planes where canonically they have coffee. So it's like, coffee is amazing. I love the smell.
Well, I'm glad that you're enjoying it.
Yeah.
Well done, my dear.
Well, I was going to say, I don't think I've brought you back all that much information because the smell, of course, was the interesting thing about Leith's plan. The smell had this sort of nostalgia overpowering effect. But obviously your idea to keep Beaufetys alive long enough to annoy Keranos into being his patron, I suppose, worked out well because Keranos did take care of the aroma, which allowed us to go and kill her.
He's an odd one, that's for sure. But I think what's more important is that, as you know, there's some open spots right now in the main pantheon. And thank you for taking care of one of my rivals.
Absolutely. I feel if anyone is going to be deceiving people into giving up their power and their life essence so they could, become an even more powerful god, it should be you. Like I said, it was bit infringement, truly.
Absolutely. Well, thank you so much. What are you going to be doing next?
I don't know, counting out my meager hours left on, the plane of physical existence and stuff. I did realize what I could do is to see if I could take a little nibble, but unfortunately the blessings of Keranos were too strong for me to get in there, but I do appreciate the tip.
Well, of course, there's always going to be next time.
Well, maybe.
And he sets a cup in front of you and says, well, cheers.
Thank you.
And as you inhale, you get about 4 months.
Oh, does the cup have little stars in it?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, you make excellent coffee, boss.
Don't I just? And with that, we pull away from the beautiful, starry, Nyx-filled kitchen of Phoenix, who's in a bathrobe. Who knew? Just a dark blue bathrobe with like satin trim. It's a good time.
Tasteful chest hair.
Yeah, that's what I'm
Do
thinking
return
too.
half chest? Okay, sure. In this world, Phoenix, just a little tasteful amount right here. We see that the stars of Theros shine brightly over all the different denizens partying and having a wonderful time below. Love has been found, friendship has been maintained, and new possibilities enter the passage of time and space. And so we leave you, and thank you so much for having me here to walk you through this great adventure. I really appreciate it.
Yeah,
This
thanks
was
so
great.
much,
Did you have a good
Michelle.
time?
I had a great time.
Okay.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yay.
You all did so good.
Thank you.
All right. Well, thank you all so much, especially you, for spending time watching us do things such as math, also roll plastic /rocks. And with that, I would also love to thank our wonderful patrons on Patreon. This is all your fault. So you are the one to blame for us doing all of this, for me flying out here, all that stuff. If you want to be, if you want to also take responsibility for things like this, you can visit us on patreon.com/loadingreadyrun, and any bit helps. We have lots of other fun streams such as watch and play. We also do, crossing the streams. We do AFK, just lots and lots and lots of things is what I'm going to say. The other thing that we would like to do is thank our sponsor. So thank you to Dragon Shield for, again, providing us some amazing little doohickeys in order to make our place look very cool. We look very professional.
I can fit the whole tablet in here, actually.
You can fit the whole tablet in there.
Kathleen had her whole laptop in it.
I used the dry erase marker.
Ooh.
I mean, that does seem very handy if you're. If
Yeah,
you're
no,
working with
it's a lot better than the old trick of putting Scotch tape across the
Yeah.
hitbox.
Yes,
Yeah.
absolutely.
My character sheet is still clean.
If you want to support us in other ways, you can check out affiliate links for Dragon Shield and other places below in the YouTube doobly-doo. And with that, I have been your dungeon manager, Michelle Rapp. You can find me on the internet, mostly on Twitter, not calling it the other one, at Kiln Fiend Potter. And if you want to check out some of my art stuff, you can find me on Instagram at Kiln Fiend Pottery.
I'm mostly on Mastodon these days. I'm Graham_LRR at kind.social, and highly recommend kind.social if you're looking for a Mastodon server to sign up on. There's a whole bunch of great folks over there, and a ever-increasing Magic the Gathering community, if that's something that you're into. I technically still exist on Twitter, but I try not to go there.
I'm on Twitch, and I also have my own little YouTube channel. Both are Coach Nelly.
Nice.
You can just find me here at Loading Ready Run, or you can search for me on Twitter. I'm Kathleen LRR.
I can be found on Twitch and Twitter still, because that site, as it gets more unhinged, is just...
It's both entertaining and alarming
Yeah.
in equal measure.
Yeah, it's like, you know, that image from Oppenheimer of the guy with the zinc face paint being like, just every time I open that site. I can be found there and on Twitch at Unarmed Oracle, which is an anagram of my first and last names.
Beautiful.
Also, if you're curious, Bofidiz's real name is Booties, inventor of the plow.
And with that, thank you so much for watching us, and we'll see you next time. Bye.
Bye, everybody.